Oh no!
I need to show you a video of me doing stand-up badly because you showed one last time. And 3,
I tried to, but I was just so talented.
I know, yeah, you tried to.
Just like intangible red flag territory. Like he's not saying anything specific,
interesting.
But like just as he's talking, you're like, do not be in a room alone with this man.
Yeah, 100%.
So we can all love each other. No.
All right, great. Okay, great. This is great. What about him is an intangible red flag? Is it a way he appears, way he talks, hand gestures?
Do you know what the word intangible means?
All right, I'm gonna go have a piss. Ashley, you're in charge.
I'm in charge. Bitches.
I went down on a juicy poozy, and
uh-oh, got a fart, and this chair's gonna make it reverberate. Hey, wait! Hey!
Oh no! Everybody else, hey! What's going on? I'm just waiting for music. I thought you were getting music. Oh, I thought you were just getting music.
How my penis gets born.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Here's a shed.
The ice cream cones came with a little metal packet that is just full of sugar. It's just full of sugar to be poured into the cones.
What has the Japanese not gotten a hold of, perfected, and then when everyone was like, "You did it," they went, "And now we'll begin." And you're like, No, you fixed it. It was fixed. Do not break it. They're like, no, we got to break this.
I still have some more questions.
Go ahead.
John Hastings is on America's Got Talent for 5 minutes, and now he's got houses in LA and London.
That's right.
Yeah.
You kept a house in London?
Yeah, I've kept a house in London.
Update: not sugar.
There's no fluid tasting enough to warrant sucking it out of him. Yeah. No, but it was. Did he do it when he was then in the band when they were the 4 Bee Gees that brief time before then his heart exploded?
Wow.
I'm not saying anything that didn't happen. That is what happened to him.
I'm a predator.
And it was going awesome. And we even started having drinks at a bar, and we each had girlfriends with us, whatever. We're having a great time until I got comfortable enough to go, hey, we share a birthday,
As someone who's been eternally single.
Go ahead. Is it your fault? Yes. No, sorry.
Stop tweeting after your dates, Ashley. Stop tweeting after your dates.
Oh, bad news, Paul. You're getting a Batman bed.
This is not bad news. I am so pleased.
Support them.
But you know what's more important than helping people's mental health?
Fuck you, John.
I'm just saying. Tom, you're a comedy fan.
Here's what happened. So I came up after she finished a couple times. I'm not one's not enough.
What a gentleman.
You go for 2. That's how you start it out.
Smoother crunch.
And then Jesus, boom. So when I emerged, I went to kiss her, and she just grabbed my face and she sucked it all out of my beard.
So hurtful.
That's a literary reference. Oh no, I gotta.
Hey, he can't tie me out now. I'm the only one here. Books, pages. Right. Verb, noun, adjective. Nice. Someone get me that.
I'm very prone to bullying.
No, you're talking about Andy Gibb.
I am talking about Andy Gibb. Pardon me.
Get your Gibbs straight if you want to come at me, bro.
Sorry.
Those nice bearded men and their Aryan friends seem like they're doing very different shows.
Mariolene's got pink eye. She touched her in hole.
I tried to. It crawled away too quickly.
It's difficult with tea. Sometimes you try and tune it and you get Assam.
I'm officially declaring it. Jordan is the governor general of this stream.
God damn it, guys. I took a Ritalin today. I can only focus on one thing at a time.
What is happening right now? Two scream. screens. I want to have two screens.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Paul and I were walking through the park, and we walked past the tennis courts. A ball had gone over the fence. Paul went down, grabbed it, threw it over, and the young woman who was playing said, "Thank you, sir."
Oh.
Ouch.
Right, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna fucking take over this fucking festival, and you're not gonna fucking stop me. Why? All these fucking robots are all around the fucking city, right?
Yeah, don't knock a spit roast till you try it.
Just hang on. Can you just keep going? Make an appeal right now for us to stop this whole thing. Go ahead, Tom.
I think we should see Paul's face for this. There's going to be tears.
No, your junk in the trunk is not as prominent. Make the camera go lower now. Jesus. Now bounce your bottom, sir.
What are we doing?
Having a nice time. So let's watch
That's
it one more
Betty
time.
Crease's Jamaican for poop.
So I'm on the toilet. The toilet paper's here. I grab some of the toilet paper. I stand up. I turn around.
Whoa!
Frank, no.
A whole lot of the world can get it right round itself if I have a bomb on bed.
There you go, buddy. There you go.
What was Tom talking
Whoa,
about?
whoa.
Go, man.
What happened?
Go, man.
The bed is
Chris, John, and Irish Ashley combine to make the ultimate team, better than any wet dream. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream. John's the CEO and Boomer. Ashley's the real leader. Chris brings the vibes and juices as our enjoyment increases. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream.
Hello. How's it going, everybody? Now, hi, everybody. If you haven't watched before, my name's Chris Betts. This is the Untitled Twitch stream. I'm trying to use this mic. I'm not sure if it's working. Do I sound very airy? Is the sound very loose? Is it not tight butthole? Is it loose butthole? Anyone know the show? Haha, workaholics. Yeah, for right now, it's just me. Elliot Steel is on his way. Sounds like the wrong mic. It's working. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's picking up. My mic is fucked. My phone is dead. I'm gonna do the best I can. I tell you what. I'm gonna switch to this one real quick. You tell me if it's better or worse. How's this one? Is this better? Is this any better? Tech issues. Untitled Twitch stream. Yeah, so it's just no luck at all. I'm gonna find that fucking cable. I still haven't been able to find the cable, but we will. Other was better? Okay, cool. Audio back to real tech. Boop. Other mics sounded better? Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry about the quality, guys. This will be fixed very soon. So here's what's going on right now. Right now, John is asleep. He is in Australia. Ashley, I think, is moving again. It's hard to keep track of that lady. She's active. She's out there. She's doing it. Elliot Steel is on his way. He should be joining any minute. So for right now, it's just you and me. How's everybody doing? I spent the day filling out employment forms. Right? Sometimes switches. It's wild. So I'm still in my Airbnb. I haven't moved into my place yet. This is a nightmare. The whole room is ridiculous. Hey, Wayne the Great Bigfoot, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I don't know why they did this. I don't know why they did anything in here. Have you ever been to a place where, so the bathroom's really narrow. There's like a little bit of space in between the tub and the wall where the sink is. But then at the bottom, there's this like wedge that the wall that sticks out, so you can't stand in front of the fucking sink. You have to stand like at an angle and bend inward. I swear to God, this place was made with spite in mind. They designed it with rage. None of it makes sense, and it's all little things. It's all just tiny little things. That's not it. The stairs come up underneath it on the other side, so that's not part of it. And as far as I can tell, like I've looked around and I genuinely cannot find the place where this wedge is needed. I honestly think they just hate us. Hey, Wayne. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you very much. Secret stash. Yeah, it just folds up and there's a secret stairway. We go down. It's full of globes. Yeah, so I spent all day today filling out goddamn paperwork, just tax forms and some fucking, honestly, I'm brain dead. That's my kryptonite. I can't do forms. I don't know how to do them. I hate them so much. Yoshiki the diagram. The wedge is needed to annoy people. It's Mildred. I might, you know what I might do? I might just walk you in there at some point in the show. I might just take you for a little tour and show you because it's honestly outrageous. What's up, Baldy? Good to see you, buddy. How's everyone's week gone? Everyone doing good things? Most passive aggressive architecture of this place. 100%. It's because it's nothing big, but there's a little thing, like there's no table. There's no table in the whole place. There's a bar with stools to sit at in the kitchen, but there's nowhere to like be together or do anything. Look at this wedge B pole. Love it. Absolutely love it. Wedge reveal. 3 days off. I'm so brain dead from the week. All right. Wedge reveal. I'm going to take you. Let's do this. I'm going to unplug my computer. We're going to walk it in. Oh. Okay, wedge reveal. Come with me on the wedge of my seat. Jesus Christ. Bring on the wedge. Okay. So, and I'm closer now. So you can see my setup today is just my bed with like a storage container that I put my computer on. John is dead to us. Here we go. We're going in. So here are the stairs, right? That's where, can you see that? It's where the light is. The stairs go to heaven. Not like dogs. No dogs go to heaven unless you believe Holly weird. So you got here. So it's like a sink, right? And there's a shower and a wall. And then you look down, wedge. Wedge goes to right the middle of the sink. Outrageous design. Frankly, ridiculous. Can you see? Just absolutely impossible to do anything useful. Genuinely no sense of what it's there for. Furious. No, you know what? Oh, shit, where did I go? Did this freeze? I froze on my screen. Oh, Elliot's here. Cool. What happened here? F. Fuck. You can still hear me, but it's frozen. All right, I'm gonna take myself off the screen. Elliot, I think you can hear me. I'm gonna take myself off and I'm gonna bring myself back. Elliot, you're in charge, bud.
Oh, sick. I don't know what to do. I've never hosted anything before.
Just be cool. Just be a cool guy like you are. I'll be
okay. All right. I'm in charge now, everyone. Elliot, talk about LFC. What, Liverpool? I watched the game today. I thought Everton were actually all right, you know. Thank you for someone noticing that this is in that Holland top as well. Corinne was very kind. Yeah, thank you. I've got the story of this top was I went day drinking in Shoreditch one time, and they had one of those pop-up, what do you call them? Pop-up like football. So they have pop-up shops at Box Park, and there was they had one for like old school football shirts. And for years, I've been looking for like an actual Holland replica just because they looked so cool. And I saw this in there, and I went in, and I was hammered, and I just went, "How much?" And the guy was like, "It's £80," and I was like, I can't do, and as I was going, I can't do that. I was already like entering my PIN number and stuff, going, what's happened? And then now I own this top. I'm not going to become one of those guys who starts owning loads of football old school replica shirts, because I think there's something inherently sad about that. Like, you should have one or two, but you know people collect loads of them. Just kind of lame, innit? Like, oh, good for you for having a Milan '83 top. It's a little bit like, well, why are you living in the past, bro? What's wrong with it now?
Yo, my OB.
Sorry, I was just talking about football shirts.
Oh, which team is that? Is it the orange? Is that the fuck Ireland team?
I'll let you guess, but that's a great guess. The fuck Ireland United. No, it's an old school Holland top. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So, it's really cool. I was very happy when I got it.
Nice. Specific player or just
Nope,
general?
I couldn't name you a player that wore this shirt. I couldn't tell you anything that about the team that wore this top. But I just always wanted an old school Holland shirt.
I get that. I've got a baseball jersey from a Negro League team back when baseball was segregated.
Oh,
and
wow!
It's a guy called Satchel Paige. They're so fucking heavy. They're like thick wool, just big thick wool jerseys.
I love it when you see stuff from sports back then, and it's just like, why did nobody think this was bad to have all of this? Like when you see the footballs from like 1950s, you go, that can't have been fun to play.
Yeah, it was. Why did you put concrete in it? That had to hurt, right? How long till you got to air, idiots?
Yeah. How many things did you have to try?
Yeah, I got on my stream that I used to do during lockdown. It was just me. I would solve mysteries, so people would just ask me questions, and we try to figure it out through the internet. And one was, when did the baseball hat become the baseball hat? And it turns out that when they first started playing, you just wore whatever fucking hat you had. Some guys were in sort of hats like these. Some guys had like big cowboy hats on. They had like flat caps. And then eventually they just went, all right, you guys look like tools. So
yeah, right.
Let's tidy this shit up.
Was there like a marketing angle to it as well? Of like, look, if we have one specific hat, it's easier to market. Whereas we can't keep going like, for the few of you that like cowboy hats, it's just one fucking hat.
Yeah,
that's what you're buying.
So one thing that did end up happening is the I think part of it was like professionalism. So once it started to actually make some money and stuff, they're like, all right, we got to look good. But then the reason that if you see like this is an old hat, but the new baseball hats go like straight up and they've got a huge front on them, and that's because they all used to be low profile like this. But then they realized that if they put it straight up, it was like a billboard for the team. So it's literally an ad. That's why it's this big, stupid, goofy hat that looks ridiculous on almost everybody.
Yeah. That's man. I don't know. I've started. I've been off to like speaking of mysteries on the internet. I've been like staying off the internet for a while just to try and like. Not off the. Do you know what I mean? But I was going too down conspiracy stuff again.
I get it. You got canceled, and there was a lot of backlash, and you needed to fucking hightail it. I understand. You deleted everything. You disappeared from the internet. You started a podcast with Michael Odewale to try to look like an ally. And...
Yeah, I am an ally. not to Michael. I love doing that podcast because it's like I've said some of the worst shit I've ever said on it.
That's saying. I mean, considering the stuff you've said on here,
on
my Versus podcast, you really you've said some things.
Actually, that's not the worst stuff I've ever said. Actually, yeah, no, your podcast was the worst, and I guess, yeah, I think your podcast was definitely that was bad.
That was great fun.
That's a fucking great show. And then, on here when I've had a couple whiskeys, I've said some fucking spicy things a couple of times.
That's why we're here, man. I mean, I knew that we fucked around too much when Jamali came on, and he was like, "You guys talk some shit. You guys don't hold back." And I was like, "If Jamali's telling us we're talking too much shit, then we're about to lose our career. Something went wrong."
Yeah, Jamali talks shit though, but Jamali talks shit from an angle of like, because he's very intelligent. Like he goes into talking shit about stuff he knows he can talk shit about. But I've never seen him say anything that I'm like, oh hello, John.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Morning, everyone. It's too early. What
Oh,
are you
buddy,
talking about?
I wasn't expecting you for 45 minutes. How you doing?
I know it's a surprise. I got up early because I don't have a show today. I just had to get on a plane.
Oh
wow!
Going back to LA.
That's right.
You all done?
I am all done. I turned on. Where'd you get that big slice of pizza? I turned on the show, by the way, and I've never been more scared. Where I just saw Elliot by himself, just being like, "This is a Holland top," and I was like, "Where the fuck is Chris? What's happened?" Chris is dead. Elliot's taken over. What's up, y'all? All right. Me and Michael Adewale are doing a new stream. Michael Adewale tries to tell the people how to drive, but he's blindfolded. Elliot's drinking olive juice. I don't know what's going on. What are you guys talking about?
What is your podcast, Elliot? What do you call it? Give it a plug. I love
We called
Michael.
it
You're all right.
Yeah, thank you. It's called BTech Philosophers, but please don't go into it thinking there's going to be any philosophy. We've done 10 episodes now, and we've just worked out like we can't talk about the big fucking philosophical subjects because having done zero research into any of it.
Stop. You were talking about big philosophical things for the first 10 episodes?
Yeah. We were trying to base the episodes around something, and now we're just like, all right, fuck it, dude. We just got to be like philosophical about stupid things. We can't be fucking talking about existentialism. Neither of us know what it is, really.
I just remembered the time that you were on and you went on like a 10-minute rant about how you should be able to, I think it was like fight Tesco security guards.
Yeah, I should be allowed.
No, it was a Sainsbury's security guard, and the reasoning was because he didn't let Elliot steal, which I got to tell you,
you got to fight that.
Pretty
bitch.
great.
That is so I nearly got in one in Tesco like a few months back where like Fulton Heath Tesco, it's just chaos. Like it's just there's no queuing system really. And the self-checkout machines, you have to queue up an aisle. So then you don't know who's browsing in the aisle, you don't know who's in it. And it's very Fulton Heath because people just push in. And like you could be in it for about 20 minutes. And I get to the front, I scan all the shopping, I pay by contactless because I live in this century, okay?
Yeah.
So I go to pay.
Whoa.
Everyone pays by contactless now, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah. And I put it, and they're like, no, the contactless on our machines isn't working. So I was like, right. And I was like, I'll pay by cash. And they're like, you can't pay by cash on this machine. So I went, so why have you let us all queue? Like, what are you doing? So I just put 20 quid down and went, there you go, and just went to walk out.
Yeah.
And just was like, that you agree with me, right?
I can't believe you put 20 pounds down. You should have spat on the machine. And taken someone else's groceries as well. Fuck this.
Elliot, you're like nice Sonny Corleone. You know what I mean? This machine doesn't work, and then you're throwing nails a couple of 20s. You know what I mean?
But I just went, there's the money for the shopping. I've done my bit. I've queued up. I've come with the money. You've replaced people with machines. This is a you issue, not a me issue.
This was the time Elliot drove over to his sister's house and just was complimented by his brother-in-law. That was a classic time.
I was at the toll booth and I was paying for everyone to go through.
Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out how to do the assassination. That's the way to do it. Yeah.
Just holding the thing up. Just come on, everybody. Let's go.
By the way, this is the thing I haven't watched The Godfather in a while, but I think about this every time, which is when he pays the toll inspector goes to the effort of pretending to drop his change and then disappearing. I always thought, I was like, that's a committed patsy of an assassination.
Well, I like it because I feel like that's what someone who's not used to this would do, is like super overcommit, because it's someone real casual would just like throw the change in his face and then duck back down. But because this guy is fucking terrified, I'll just do my job until someone goes down. And then they shot that guy.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't see his body, but they must have shot that guy. You're not going to leave that witness, right?
I mean, it would have been mentioned in the book that both Chris and I read. Elliot, have you read the book of The Godfather?
So much fingering. So many descriptions
there was so
huge cock.
This is 100% true. There is so much like a major... Jordan, what's up? A major B plot of The Godfather, Perfect Time to Arrive, is that there's a woman with a really deep and wide vagina.
It's huge.
Cavernous. That's right. And only Sonny's big throbbing hog, right? That's delicious. Only that can satisfy her deep and wide vagina. And then, of course, he dies. And then it's a doctor performs surgery on this woman and narrows her vagina.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the book?
Yeah.
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 Why is that in it?
It's so
No
long.
one knows. No one knows.
It's like 80 pages of the book is this woman's vagina story.
I love the fact that when they were like, we go for it now we're gonna have to lose some of the things to make the film of this, and they're like, yeah, we've got a few ideas. we're getting rid of the vagina stuff.
And Scorsese's like, no, that's the best part. And Coppola's like, no, you're too young. We're not doing this.
Yeah. Why? Also, I think about this all the time, which is I think Martin Scorsese. Have you guys ever seen photos of Martin Scorsese from the 60s and 70s?
Yeah, he looks awesome.
I do not think so. I always think he just looks like an old man that's like gone through a time warp. Like he's just like, why am I in a young body? Like he looks like he's wearing a wig. He fits none of the 60s clothes. Wild
Looks
stuff.
like he kind of looks like a drug-addled Cat Stevens.
Yeah. Also, you know who else looks like a drug-addled Cat Stevens? Elliot, you have a really strong Cat Stevens vibe.
I don't know who that is.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
He
you
sang Ride on the Peace Train.
Mm-hmm. You may know him as, I believe it's
Yusuf
Muhammad
Islam.
You may also had tea with him in the Tillerman.
Some sort of Tillerman situation. Yeah, that's right. Did he sing the father, the one about the sad dads?
Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon?
Yeah. Was that him?
No, that was me.
Oh, shit. I always forget about your prolific recording career, John.
Yeah, I was
John's in his 70s, too.
I was quite a folky. You know what I'm saying? I love the folk.
Looks good for his age. Wow.
Thank you, Jordan.
You're welcome.
It's because I can't stop folking. That's why. I
You got
folk it up.
you got that fresh, just got up look.
I do have that because I was playing the banjo, the instrument of the youth. No, but after I've done this stream, it is my first day off in a month, and let me tell you guys, it is Anzac Day in Australia, which is in Australia they combined Remembrance Sunday and St. Patrick's Day into one holiday. Which I'll tell you, that's the way to do it. That's how you glorify the military. Let's get a march, get drinking. Let's do it.
Right.
Come on.
They both got PTSD. Why should they drink alone? Let's drink with them.
I 100% agree. You know what I'm saying? Like it's also that's like yes, let's be sad for those that have passed, but those that are here, get them a cocktail. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Thank you for your service, sir. You had him a daiquiri.
Yeah, I wish the drink of the soldier was the daiquiri. You know what I mean? All right, man.
And then the bartender's like, "Aren't you gonna thank me for my service?"
It comes from when they used to transport the bodies on ice, and the blood would just seep through. You know.
I mean, he's explaining why they drink daiquiris.
There's another podcast, that one, wartime times. Yeah.
War the Fuck with Mark Maron? Is that the show you're thinking of?
yeah, that one. Yeah.
That's what who's the hardcore history guy? Dan Carlin? That's what he should have called his fucking podcast.
Do you think it's sad that there's not enough history podcasts? I feel like there should be more.
I agree, Jordan. There is, in fact, not enough history podcasts because not every moment in history has been dissected, and also not every weird moment in history has been dissected. That said, there is a history podcast where I learned about Roald Dahl, and that was probably the most interesting hour of my life. For example, Elliot, what was Roald Dahl's nickname when he lived in Washington?
Oh, fat hog.
You're very close. Chris is actually very close.
What? I do not know.
The Fuckmaster of Washington.
What?
He's the master of fuck.
He's like Nancy Reagan.
That's right. He was. He was
throat goat.
Yeah. The throat goat. Roald Dahl was the basis. Was one of the people James Bond was based on because he and Ian Fleming were contemporaries. And the part that Ian Fleming based James Bond on Roald Dahl, which is he fucked everyone and just told everyone he was a spy. Because that's what
throat us. Elliot, did you hear that? Jordan, did you hear about that? Nancy Reagan had the best head game in town.
I have heard that.
What?
Yeah.
Who? I thought you made that up. Who told you
No.
that? That's awful.
That was like a
That's
real
like
thing. That's
it's
apparently
like
She was. She'd go into the parking lot and blow everybody. She was like her favorite thing. She was just.
Yeah.
She was the throat
That-
goat. She was
I
all
hope that
about
that's
it.
true.
It's genuinely.
I really
I swear to God, I was there.
Oh my goodness.
Elliot,
But like in spirit, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
like,
of course.
like I hadn't been born yet, but I imagine if there was like a sort of
Yeah, that's how they met because Reagan was a fucking B-list actor, right? And she was hanging around all the Hollywood dudes, just throwing it up, and they got together. He was like, bah, and she was like, you're speaking my language, and she sorted him out.
I don't believe you, but I do want to point this out. Ronald Reagan called Nancy mummy, and that never stops being gross.
I forgot about that.
Which makes her being the throat goat even better.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna do it. Do you know who Ronald Reagan is, Elliot?
Yeah, I know who Ronald. Yeah.
You never know. So he's the Thatcher of America. And his wife, right? She had like a weird beehive haircut, and she hated gay people. Hated them.
Really hated them.
Yeah. Loved astrology. Hated gay people. Isn't that fun? Her husband, Ronald Reagan, the president, he got dementia like 4 years into being the president. And so she, along with her astronomer, I never know what that fucking word is.
Astronomist.
Thank you. They ran the country.
I don't
for 3
think that's
years.
the word.
It sounded right.
It's astromot. Astromot.
Is it right? It's throat goat. It's throat goat.
A staritician.
Yes. A couple of things. Jordan,
Yeah.
when is Record Store Day? 2, your skin looks excellent.
Oh, wow. It was yesterday, and it's going to be in June as well, because nothing keeps people safe like having to go out twice and buy shit. So.
That's right.
How was it? How many Adele records did you sell?
I put her latest one on discount for 50%, and I sold 0.
Everyone that bought it, everyone that was going to buy it's bought it. That's a wrap. There's no new Adele fans.
Yeah. They will make great coasters for large daiquiris. And don't get me started on that. Big corporate event, I only got 25% of what I ordered. It's a joke. The CEO of the... Wait, can I say this on air? Is it going to...
I don't care.
Can I make,
I don't care. That's up to you, bud.
On air? Is that legal?
Elliot, you're our legal advisor. Can Jordan say this on air?
Yeah.
Well, let me word it this way. If the CEO happened to fall into an open sewer and die, I would not be sad.
The CEO of what?
You cannot say that. You can't.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
that's
I
totally
got-
that's.
yeah, that's too
whoa.
far.
I thought you were just gonna like call him a nincompoop. I didn't.
Yeah. We're gonna call him you're gonna call him a real meister of malarkey, right, Jordan? Is that what he is?
I thought I was clever because my head is blocking the name of the store behind me, and no one would be able to trace this back. It's a horrible event. It's horrible. Nobody should go to it. It's a joke. And
What?
Yeah.
Why? Who? How? I just thought it was like, hey man, it's Record Store Day. Let's all go to record stores and support record store owners because records are great.
Boys, you're such sweet boys. That's how it started. But then the last they made deals with larger franchises. So small stores like mine get shorted on key titles that might actually help our store. Instead, I got 2 of the 12 live Nick Cave records I ordered. Life goes on.
Did you sell those too? Did you sell those too?
I did.
Was there a disappointed 10 other people that walked away like sad Charlie Brown with a little cloud over their head?
I disconnected the phone at some point because I couldn't take the sadness in people's voices every time.
Aww. And they're Nick Cave fans, so they're already pretty fucking sad.
They are. I don't. Montreal has high suicide rates this time of year. So
in the spring?
Yeah, that makes sense. That
that's
totally
people are
makes
most
sense.
depressed, Chris. Because it's like spring is here, but why you're still so sad?
Yeah. Because also, to explain to anyone who's never been to a Montreal spring, imagine London just had a bunch of dog shit that was just now on the ground all of a sudden, all at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's so wet. Like, oh, good. Welcome to spring. Everything smells like dog shit and everything's damp.
It's like a slow motion version of when they open the Ark at the end of Raiders.
Yes, it is.
Like everything's melting. People are screaming.
Also, seen RSD specials directly to scalpers
Joe,
now too.
No, you know it, Joe. It's a joke. Anybody involved in this organization should take a long walk off a short Dubai skyscraper.
Oh, you fucking got him, Jordan, you son of a bitch. Okay, here's my question. What was the thing mentioned in that
Record Store Day?
Yeah.
Record Store Day.
Yeah.
I still don't understand. So what they literally do is they go, so if it's like your store and Amoeba Music, they just give all the records to Amoeba Music because they're bigger, and then they just short. I don't understand what the logic is.
They specifically have been working more with like, at least in Montreal, there's certain stores here. I won't name names. Actually, today.
Archambault, Sam the Record Man, His Majesty's Voice.
None of those.
Oh,
so
good.
that helps narrow it down. But there's that's the look of somebody who didn't get their Nick Cave record.
Elliot, did you not get your Nick Cave record?
I'm a Nick Cave fan.
I don't believe you. Right there, that's I don't believe you at all. Was your
I
favorite
like
song Red Right Hand?
No, I listened. I like that whole album. I wouldn't be able to tell you like all the names of the songs, but I listen to his music. I like his music.
It is pretty good. Also,
and it was Red Right Hand, and I liked it before the fucking show with the Birmingham lads.
I don't think you did. I don't fucking think you did.
I did.
You know it's called Peaky Blinders. You fucking know it.
I did. I was trying to add something for humor. Thank you. I haven't said anything in a while. I was.
We missed you.
I did like that song before it.
I've never listened to any Nick Cave, but I watched a concert of his on YouTube once, and I cut in just as a children's choir was coming onto the stage to join him, and the look of disgust on his face as these children approached him was fucking amazing.
What I like about Nick Cave is Nick Cave is, I think, the best at looking like he's totally surprised things he's totally been involved in the planning have taken place. There's some photo of him and Henry Rollins looking at a kid that's my background on WhatsApp, and Henry Rollins just looks a bit confused, and Nick Cave looks genuinely offended that there's a child near him, and it's like they're just in a living room. You would have known all this, but I can't believe it. I'm a bad seed.
But I don't think it's like a hatred of children. It's just that children are a reminder that, like, oh, great, like more young people whose hopes and dreams will die, and along with them. You know,
I think he just doesn't like to be reminded that there's joy somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, he probably doesn't like kids because I think one of his kids died.
Yeah, pretty famously. Pretty famously. Yeah.
There's
and the look of surprise on his face that day, let me tell you,
Yeah.
after he killed his kid.
Of course,
Jesus.
yeah. It was probably a little offensive that someone actually showed up and went waka waka when his kid fell into that giant vat of cream and then drowned. What would be the most hilarious death? Whoopee cushion explosion, right? Am I crazy?
I think
Am I right or am I right?
smothered to death by the Fozzie Bear puppet.
Oh my God.
like hugs?
Say that again.
Mauled by a dog, but the dog's a chihuahua.
Yeah.
How about just pin the tail on the donkey, but you pierce your skin and then get
Wait, say that again. Pin the tail on the donkey. And what?
And you pierce your own skin with the pin and you get tetanus and die slowly on your birthday.
Birthday?
Your birthday.
The next year's birthday. It took a whole year.
Oh my God. You will die in 1 year. By the way, I like that you went on that record store rant, moved your head. Now everyone can see the name of the record store.
Boom Singer says, first by a life support machine. Top notch.
Yeah.
Top notch.
What's everyone's worst like fear way of dying? Does anyone here getting shot in the back?
Airplane crash. Fucking terrifying. That was
really airplane crash.
I was speaking about this on the other day because people say it's an instant death, but it's not. What is an instant death? Knowing you're going to now die isn't instant. That's not instant. That's like that's psychological. That's why being buried alive would be horrible. So say the plane's going down for like 8-9 minutes and like the engine, you could smell smoke, all of that stuff. Fuck that. And people screaming. Oh no. And it's like it's feasible that it could happen. Like I'm probably not going to get buried alive.
Do you remember? I mean, some of you, Jordan, you'll know this. I don't know if John might listen to it. Maybe the band Bright Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
No.
They have a song at the start of one of their. I think it's "I'm Wide Awake and It's Morning" is the album, and the start of the first song is a plane is crashing, and a woman turns to a man next to her, and she just goes, "What's happening?" And then the guy goes, "We're having a birthday party. It's your birthday. happy birthday, darling. We love you. And then the song starts. It's like, this guy is unwell. It's fucking harrowing and kind of beautiful.
That's art, baby. That's art right there.
What's up, David?
I got a question for Elliot.
Yeah.
Are you in your 20s?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I used to be really afraid of dying in a plane crash throughout my 20s. That would be top for me. But then I hit my 30s, and then now I just don't care anymore. I think being burned alive would be my worst one.
Yeah. Freezing to death is mine.
I think.
Freezing to death would suck.
Yeah. Because freezing to like burn to death, you just die in excruciating pain. But freeze to death, you go crazy. Like part of it is you start taking your clothes off at a certain point because your brain is literally like, you're hot, actually, not cold. Good point. Oh,
There's that like Voices of Chernobyl book they did before the series, where just like all the kind of reporting on the aftermath of it, and just like the people who got intense radiation poisoning too. That's pretty bad. That's like
and because they get better, don't they? You start, part of it is as you go through the bad bit, then you get better, and the getting better is like is really bad because that means you're about to get a whole lot worse. Your skin feels fucked up. When you get radiation poisoning.
When you're in that third circle of the blow-ups, there's like the people that are dead, the ones that'll be dead in a couple days, and then the people whose lives are just going to be terrible but also weirdly long. That's a nightmare.
Man.
This is cool. See what Mildred put in? She said, shoot, you're all making me think of Vesna Vulovic. She was a Serbian flight attendant, holds the Guinness World Record for surviving the highest fall without a parachute. 10,160 meters.
Of course she's fucking Serbian. No, I don't need parachute. Open door. Open fucking door.
Plane wasn't even crashing. She was just
yeah, they were just out of ice and she couldn't take it anymore. I'll lead you on ground. I'll have ice ready.
Diamond's coming in with a great.
But I assume that's what the accent is like. Exactly.
Diamond's coming in with a great comment. Anyone that's done a month-long comedy festival will know that this is true. Has John entirely run out of small talk?
Yeah.
It's just now. Hey, what's your greatest fears?
Just get into it.
John, you become the BuzzFeed version of yourself.
And here's 10 reasons why.
Oh, look at that. 6 in the morning. Still got it. What a pro.
Still fucking have it.
How's Australia been, John?
It's been really good. I have to tell you, if this is any indication the way Edinburgh's going to be, everyone bring a fucking helmet. Because it's been really good, but audiences have been fucking tough. The last 8 days is basically we've all been chased around by COVID. Which I avoided. Like, I don't know how, because the amount of close contacts I almost had was crazy. Like, if you've been in a room with this person, you got to isolate. And it's like, well, I haven't been in a room with that person, but I saw them on the street every day. So let's go take 9 tests. So I took a shitload of tests. Here's the fun thing, though, by the way. Took tests, was really, really safe, kept it outside. Still kept forgetting to put on a mask because it's not culturally part of it here. So you just, and it's like one of those things when anyone's like, everyone's going to keep wearing a mask. No, as soon as there's not a majority of people, you forget. You just keep, like the amount of times I would find myself holding my mask being like, this doesn't seem safe. What do I do? Like, ridiculous.
I was in a venue last night and I was the only person in a packed bar with 2 sold out shows going on in other rooms wearing a mask. And I was like, I feel like I'm not as safe as I feel like I should be right now. This is.
I stopped wearing a mask ages ago.
Yeah. Oh my God. You fucking gave. Oh my God. I remember when I remember in a certain month when Elliot was a part of me getting chased around by fucking COVID. And I remember I went to you and I went, well, "You're vaccinated." And Elliot went, "Yeah, I got the first one. And I got around to the second one." I went, "There's a time limit to that." And then you said something very like, bro, maybe for you. And then I just
it's fine, isn't it? Like, you're gonna be. I got the second one. I got it when I got it done.
Yeah, but you also got COVID in the interim.
Yeah, and then that was it. I had to tell them I didn't have COVID because it was within 28 days. I took the vaccine in, and I was there, and they're like, "You've not had COVID recently, have you?" And I was like, "No." And just got it, and they were like, because if you've had COVID recently, this will make you sick. And I was like, well, I've not had it, and I got it, and I was fine. which just
That's
shows.
not a win.
I
That's
love
not
that.
a win. You
Don't
fucking
get it
maniac.
when you're supposed to, and then the moment you're not supposed to, you're like, let's fucking go. Let's do this. I refuse to do this properly.
I don't know. I'm not. This is the issue with like the mask thing. Like I thought when we were all wearing masks, we should wear masks. Absolutely. I'm too dumb to understand if it does or doesn't do anything for you. I'm not going to do the research. So I'm just going to wear one because the outcome of it is probably better than if I don't wear one. That was my logic. Like if you're gambling, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
But then when we sort of had to stop, it was weird in the UK because everyone stopped wearing a mask. Then we all, around Christmas time, started wearing masks again, and they came back the judgment if you didn't wear the mask.
Mm-hmm.
So I quite liked it when there was the people who, I'm going to not wear a mask, and the people who wore masks. And I was like, fine, we're all choosing our own thing here. That's okay.
I wouldn't mind that if it was like herpes. And it's like, hey, man, you keep yourself to yourself. Fair enough. But I can't breathe in herpes, so I don't like it. I saw a woman, first time in ages, I saw a woman wearing a mask, but with the slit cut open, so it opened like a fucking Muppet.
Oh, my God.
I was like, we don't even have mask mandates now. What are you doing? Why are you like this?
I mean, I went into a yoga class, and then we were changing in the change room, and the guy who was in the yoga class put on a mask and then got completely naked. And I was like, first of all, we've been breathing all the air. Now you just look like a definite sex pest. Just stood. Also, he got completely naked, put on a mask, and then washed his hands before getting in the shower. And I'm like, you've murdered a man. You're a murderer. This is murderer behavior.
That ain't right.
Yeah. Also, you never want to see a stranger naked hand washing. There's something about that that's very, like, just the jiggle of the body. Ooh, lather up.
You know what I don't want to see? I don't want to see a naked man cleaning between his toes. Just like all four fingers just interlacing with his toes, and he's looking right at you, just dead. That feels worse. I'd rather he just held his balls. Like there's something about the toes.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, I just share a horrifying thought.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, it's that when he's naked, he's like bending over, and like he has no hair, but he's got a lot of like stomach hair, so it just sort of braids down over his dick, you know?
Like a Viking beard.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
I was in Austria and they have naked saunas, and the only thing worse than being in a naked sauna with a load of guys is being in a naked sauna with a load of guys and a few girls. Makes it way weirder. Way fucking weirder. Way fucking weirder. Because guys, it goes from weird to funny. It becomes funny very quickly that you've all got your dicks out. But the minute like people like bring in partners and stuff, you're like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know where to look.
Did you see a friend's girlfriend's Wabo?
I saw loads of it. It was like it was just like, we all know that this is fucking weird.
But I feel like
can somebody mention that it's weird?
This is just cultural though. There's like the Anglo-Saxon, like his and hers washroom, and then there's just full-on naked Slavic Europe. You know?
Up in Sweden, they just do it. They're always naked all the time in the sauna, and they're just.
Elliot, when you're in the sauna and some friends of yours' girlfriends walked into the sauna, did you actively have to be like, no boner? No boner.
No. It wasn't like in a sexual. I'm not meaning in a sexual way. I mean in a way of like, I didn't want. I was quite happy without her seeing my dick. I didn't want to see her. Like I was very happy in a realm where. Do you know what I mean? Like I had.
You weren't
not
prepared.
About that. It's about. It's like when it comes like like the gender toilet debate, and it's just like everyone's in this thing, and you sometimes go. Yeah, but what if I don't want to piss or shit next to a woman? Like, what if if we have unisex bathrooms? What about I don't feel comfortable?
I can't disagree with you more. I enjoy the idea that
we're all in there together. The mystery is over. Because I got news for you. I'm shitting in those public toilets.
Yeah.
Everyone's hearing it.
Yeah,
Welcome
it's
to the
really
Future
fun.
Dome.
There's something really funny about letting off like a big dump, big, loud, stinky dump. And then you come up to the sink and there's a beautiful woman there and you just go, if you can't take me at my loud, stinky dump, you don't deserve me at my quiet side of the bowl piss.
Yes, my a friend of mine in a bar right here in Melbourne, I sent a message, "What are you doing last night?" And his response was, "I'm at this bar. I just took a very loud shit in the toilet while a bunch of women discussed how they no longer like unisex toilets." And I was like, that's a real win right there. That's a victory.
But that's the thing, because like I'm with it, like, you know, I'm living with fuck, man, like whatever. But it's one of the things where I'm like, yeah, but nobody's.
I don't care.
Be how I feel. Do you know what I mean? As a guy, like, just are you guys gonna be okay with this? For
Yeah,
and it's like,
they are. Smell my shit.
No,
welcome to society.
Yeah,
I love
just
it.
tearing
let's
down
keep
walls.
a level of illusion. Let's keep a level of fuck.
No,
Disagree completely.
Yeah.
Illusion
Also-
ruins it. Illusion's the
Elliot,
worst.
it's also not like we've been keeping up the illusion in other areas. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone always talks about, it's like, but like, there's no way that anyone is. No one looks at a man and think, "Oh, there's a good thing." You know what I mean? Especially in the last 5. Like our PR is done anyway. Why are we concerned about people hearing us shit? That's a fun side project. Yes, I look like a monster now. Come make the noise of a bunch of tools falling down some steps.
Yeah, but like what I mean is, you know, I like, you know, I'm a romantic.
Oh my
I
god!
like, you know, I'm a more romantic. You know, just a little bit of mystery still.
Elliot,
Yeah.
is your room very clean?
Yeah.
All right, interesting.
Knit this on a pillow.
It is. My room's pretty tidy. Sometimes the only time I fuck it up is because I'm ADHD. I sometimes leave clothes all over the place. But then, like, I have a day where I go around, pick them up, and like I hoover it and stuff. Yeah, I like keeping my room tidy.
I would just also like to point out. That's a very good point. What did happen to? Yeah. Oh my God! Mildred Seashells has got this. Take the existing 2 washroom structure and make them unisex, but one is for number 1s and one is for number 2s. I gotta tell you, that may be the way forward.
I don't like that because the number 2 one will just forever be empty because no one wants to admit that they took a shit. It'll just be dudes like John and I, and we'll just be loud shitting and spread out because no one's in there.
It'd be fantastic.
But like that makes it unfair to say women who are on a date who don't want to walk into the shit room.
But I think what we need to stop,
or
like
soft boys like Elliot.
It should be socially acceptable to shit in public, and people have made it so it's not.
It shouldn't. It should not be socially. That is the end of a society.
No, it's a natural thing.
In the street, it's fucking.
I'm not
over.
saying Elliot. I'm not saying shitting in the street.
Just do it.
I'm literally saying. I'm saying when I'm in society, I want to be able to shit in a private, quiet, clean place, so it's no longer in my body. I don't want to wait until I'm in my home. Larry David, take that.
Yeah, people who are like, don't shit in public. To me, that's a gateway problem. That there's a lot more behind that. That's not enough. You gotta.
I'll tell you this. I like shitting in public. Like I prefer it because you know what? Let's see what this place has to offer. Also, I live in America. You don't understand the access to public toilets I have. This isn't Europe with your maybe we have one. Welcome to Los Angeles. Would you like to see our amply clean? Yeah. Old Shitty Socks Hastings has spoken. Old Papa Brown, that's what they call me, you know what I mean? Old Thicky Trousers. Phenomenal. What do you do? What are you going to do? Make your bathroom disgusting? Or why don't you pop to the W Hotel in Hollywood? You won't be able to tell where the toilet is because it's behind a flat wall. And you piss against a giant waterfall that, if I remember, has a TV in it, which I always thought was very weird.
That's in the lounge bit. Have you been to the one that has a little waiting room on the side to wait for your boys?
I like the idea.
They've got a TV showing sports and a couch.
I think that's designed for Elliot and his absolute anger towards hearing any sort of shit noises.
It's not it's not an anger. What I mean is, I don't know. I just think it's like, if I was in the toilet and it was blokes, I'd find it gross, but there's kind of a funny side to it. But I still think it's a bit gross. But then, like if it was women, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Why?
What?
I don't know. I don't know what I want women hear me. I don't know. I just find like it's just like what the fuck. Like I don't want to hear that. It's just my preference.
You get used to it real fast though. And then what if? Okay, let's say you're in a unisex toilet, right? And you hear this huge ripper fart, like a big beefy ass blast, right? And then you just hear this like very fun lady giggle. Just like that was good. Wouldn't you just fall in love just a little bit?
No,
just a little bit
it's
at that
just
giggle?
disgusting. I
You'd
would
be like,
no.
that's good. That's nice.
I would be like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, what the fuck?
I feel this is like fascinating me. I I have no judgment about your revulsion to it, Elliot. Only boundless curiosity. This is like Freud would have a field day with this, my friend.
Oh my God, yeah. Freud would have a field day with Elliot in a variety of areas. I think all of the
coke together.
this would be partly proud of it. Probably he'd be like, "I know I don't want to do coke with you, Elliot." And he'd be like, "Come on, bruv, let's do it, matey boy. We're patois, or whatever you say." And then
so Kimmers has said this a couple times. We missed the earlier one, but what women do to women's toilets is horrific and inexcusable. And so
they keep them in there.
If only for janitors, unisex, because they will not leave that mess. They will not hover and shit everywhere. They will sit down and they will deal with it properly. So if only for the truly necessary workers in restaurants, malls, and bars, keep them unisex.
Chris, did you ever have to work a bar job before where you had to deal with the washrooms because no one else would?
I remember working in a place where there was a guy passed out on the floor, naked. He had puked a puddle in front of his sink, and he had shit a puddle behind him. And this was the hostel where I was a janitor, but I was the outside janitor, and so I had the amazing moment of looking at this guy and going, "Not my problem," and just going about
man, that sounds fun. There's nothing better than and all coming in from Tet, and that is how you met Elliot.
Hey.
I will never forget the women shit so hard they pass out. I've heard
that happens. That happens. We don't want to name names, but it's happened.
I just remember being a camp counselor, and I'll never forget hearing this, which was the amount of different times campers of a certain age, both boys and girls, would just not close the door while shitting is one of the most wild things I've ever. So in the stall, but instead of locking it, just wide open door, just sitting down and shitting. What are you doing? Well, I'm 7 and this is wild.
Is that like maybe their parents don't close their bedroom door? Is that like an open door policy?
Well, no, it's just they're used to be like, it's just that thing of like they're just used to having the door open because they were like 6 or 7 or something like that. And they're just that much younger but older. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a thing that their parents haven't been like, just close the door. Yeah, it's just fucking wild.
My brother was when he was younger, he was a pull all your pants and underwear down to your ankles at the urinal.
Oh, the classic. That's the most Canadian thing in the entire. There's always one guy.
Absolutely hilarious.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone in Britain go all. You would never drop your trousers and pants all the way to the ground because they would get wet.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh no, yeah, Britain, it'd be awful. We can't have nice things here.
No.
Where is the weirdest place you've pissed, Elliot?
Just like outside in the bushes. Never. Oh fuck! One time I was at a festival and I woke up and needed a piss like immediately, and I couldn't work the zipper in my tent, so I just had to get a bottle and just piss in it. Because I was like, I can't fucking, I can't get out of the tent. I'm gonna piss myself. So I go like put it in, go back to sleep. Next day, forgot about the bottle. That night, got a gel back, and then like got in the tent, and then remembered like, oh fuck, there's a bottle of my piss, and like had to just like fucking hide it, like just like under a bag.
See, but this is your thing, man. You like, what if she was into it? You'll never know.
Yeah, if she was into it, cool. But like, I wasn't gonna risk it at a festival. Like, already
good
I've got a
point.
girl bag, and then also, hey, do you want? I've got pre-bottled piss. Do you want to start throwing that on your? No, where are you going? Like, it would be, you know, you can't bring that out. I mean, it's a festival.
I'm gonna have to go in 5 minutes. It's nice to see you all, but I
Nice to
just
see you
want
too,
to say if I get cut off short, Elliot, I hope somehow you can let into your heart both bodily function and women in one world, because ultimately we'll all be happier.
That's
I agree.
my goal for this year.
Yeah, some people are trying to open their hearts. Elliot's trying to open his butt to the idea that we could all just shit together. Hey,
One of the
Hey,
worst.
hey.
I was. Oh, sorry. I was.
Why can't
I
we
was,
shit together?
I was at this sort of party one time. I ended up hanging out with this group, and there was this girl, and we were kind of like getting on, but she was like this emo-y kind of goth chick, and she was like trying to be all a bit cool for school. At one point, she's like, "I'm gonna go for a piss," and then she looked at me and went, "Why don't I do it on you?" And she did it in like front of people, and I just went, "Cool," and just like went, "I'll call your bluff." Like, not in like a sexual way, but in a like what the fuck way. And it's still one of my like almost like, oh, it would have been a great story, but she backed down.
Yeah.
She like pulled out of it, and I was like, oh, that would have been a wicked story.
I mean, it would. It would also just be the story of a time a girl pissed on you.
Yeah, but what a story! It was
what a
better than the
story.
story than the time
That's true.
the girl didn't piss on me. Like, do you
I
know
mean,
what I
yeah.
mean? It's a better.
Here's-
I mean,
I gotta tell you-
ending than that.
The story of a girl not pissing on you, just the idea that you have that story titled that makes me think that something else very epic happened. And it was like, this is the story of a girl pissing on or not pissing on me.
Well, to me, the key was when he said a sort of party. It's a sort of party.
It was like, I was trying to because I know people are like American connected to like a sesh sort of thing. It wasn't.
Okay,
a
it
few
wasn't like
beers
that
and back and
golden
forth.
showers, like Ron.
Yeah.
No. It was just a few people in a room sat there. There was some music.
You're
But
not be curious.
Yeah, you weren't at that weird orgy that happens at that hotel by Waterloo that's supposed to be a secret, but everyone knows about.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, there's a hotel by Waterloo, that very like high one that once a month there's a giant orgy in like 3 of the rooms close to the top. Yeah.
My goodness.
It was one of those things where like I've been told it by so many people that are like clearly been like, I've heard there's an orgy in that hotel, but in a way where it's like, were you told when you were invited and then went to that orgy? Because you definitely seem like you went to that orgy.
I found this picture in terms of places to pee. It's a combination of weird places you've slept and places to pee.
Oh,
that better not be you.
man,
that better
that's
not be
tough.
you.
That is not me. That is not me. This is
Elliot,
on a-
is that you?
No.
Who is
Oh,
that? I hate
dude.
this. I hate it. 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 Oh, his smell. It's so smelly. It's so smelly.
That's actually, I know what that photo is. That is, fuck.
I've been to that pub though.
That's Robbie Williams after headlining Glastonbury.
No. I don't want to rock DJ. Oh my god. 1,200 pounds per month. Oh, I have to blow my nose.
It's his face. It's his face.
I
Is
hate it.
right
I hate
against
it.
it.
It makes me
His
so
face is
uncomfortable.
right against it. There's this there's a Twitter account called Chaotic Nightclub Photos.
Oh, it's the best.
Incredible.
So good. And so many of them are British as well.
Yeah.
You can just tell, like, there's a real Britishness to it.
Yeah, there's some fucking messes.
It's kind of amazing. It's like it really reinforces this fact that if you just leave a camera rolling long enough somewhere, you're gonna get gold.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man. It's so good. Like, I love the ones where they're like arms round each other and someone's spilling a drink and you can tell it's taken the second, like the millisecond before. They go, what the fuck, man? Like, they're my favorite one.
I saw one where the guy, there's like a woman and she's talking to somebody and she has an anonymous, like a Guy Fawkes mask on the back of her head. And a drunk guy is just making out with the mask because he doesn't realize she's facing the wrong way.
There are my favorite things are, and this is mostly actually weirdly an American city, is you can find so many different photos of people hardcore making out next to throwing up people or crying throwing up people.
It's
Favorite
like-
thing in the world.
It's where they intersect, right? It's
Yeah,
like-
exactly. I still think one of my favorite come apart on things was the 3 people having a threesome just in an alley during the Calgary Stampede. And their defense was, we like to fuck.
Like it was like everyone was like, "What were you doing?" And they were like, "We were fucking because we are fuck people."
Wait, what kind of threesome was happening in an alley? Is that like his stand-up spit roast?
And there was a stampede.
Two dudes, one lady, my friend, the Calgary Classic.
Jeez.
Get to know your buddy.
What? And they were just doing this in an alleyway. Got caught.
Doing it in an alleyway. They got filmed, and their lack of shame was so refreshing. Just sort of like, that's right.
We
fuck people.
There was the guy who was in charge of Formula One, right?
Mhm.
Got found out that he was basically holding what can only be described as like a Holocaust themed sex party, and then found out and was just like, yeah, and what? And everyone just went, yeah, and what? Like everyone just kind of went like, oh yeah. He was just like, yeah, okay.
Wait, who?
And everyone just said, yeah.
Who was this person? Where was
the guy who was like one of the heads of Formula One.
Jesus.
And no, what it was it got leaked by like the press leaked it, and so it was kind of like he went, "Nah, I'm not going to be shamed by you guys," and he just he denied the Nazi angle. There was a slight Nazi angle.
All right, I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
I'm looking
I'm
it up
gonna
right
say
now.
this right now. If your sex party requires a theme, that's a shitty sex party, right there. Here's a theme to a sex party. We're all gonna have sex. That's the best theme I've ever heard. What are we doing? That's the secret theme to every party. Some of us.
First headline: Nazi orgy scandal rocks Formula One.
Go on. Fuck yeah. Also, did I sleep on Formula One? When I started this festival, no one talked about Formula One. I haven't heard. A day hasn't gone by when someone hasn't gone Formula One.
I don't want.
Drive to Survive changed the game. That's the best advertising campaign since do for McDonald's. It's fucking incredible. Because the show's great. I don't give a fuck about F1, and I have watched every episode of that show. It's just really well made.
Shit.
Nazi orgy scandal rocks Formula One. Look at this sympathizing fuck.
Oh my God! From 2008, Formula One's teams and manufacturers are questioning why Max Mosley should stay on. By the way, Elliot, I like you acting like this is a modern story. It's from 14 years ago.
I only heard of it a few weeks back.
All right, fair point. I mean, I haven't heard of it, and I want to.
John, I'll be honest with you. I've done zero research in it. I found an angle, I've taken it, and I'm not going to enjoy defending it in a minute.
Elliot, I gotta say this
just like this guy
Exactly.
who threw a Holocaust orgy.
But again, if you're doing a Holocaust orgy, is everyone is the game like they were like, oh, we're naughty workmen at the Holocaust?
Well, maybe it was just like they were like, hey, how can we make sure everyone showers before the orgy?
I gotta go, guys. I love you.
Enjoy the show. Take care.
Bye, Jordan.
He just went. Listen, I've already slandered a CEO. I can't be on screen for this part. That's for sure.
That's a guy who just saw no one walk into his store except for his career and going, well, I better get out of here.
There are two great sentences here back to back in this. And the first one is Toyota, Honda, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz all issued statements Thursday expressing disappointment over Mosley's behavior.
I'm disappointed.
We're not mad. We're disappointed.
Yeah. Max, no. No.
And then the next one, what's telling about this is the order that they put it in. Toyota Motorsport, this is a quote from Toyota's statement. Toyota Motorsport does not approve of any behavior which could be seen to damage Formula One's image. In particular, any behavior which could be understood to be racist or anti-Semitic. So, Formula One first.
Yeah.
Holocaust second. Come on, guys.
I mean, Holocaust could not beat Formula One in a race. I see their point. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to just keep it. They want to keep themselves, right, Elliot? Right?
Yeah, I agree. I've said that for years.
It is weird that you have said that for years.
Yeah.
I've been. You said that at the funeral we both attended. You insisted on saying that loudly.
I still think I should have been allowed to speak about it. Personally.
I mean, I felt that you should have. I wanted to give you the microphone, but I was outvoted. Yeah, Elliot led a chant of power to the people.
It was in German for some reason, so we didn't totally understand.
Yeah, it was in what we all thought could be German. The Times of London newspaper reported the Bahrain Crown Prince Sheikh Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifi personally wrote Mosley asking him to stay away. I mean, I really enjoyed starting that sentence.
So apparently it was he participated in sex acts with 5 sex workers in a scenario that is believed to involve Nazi role playing.
I love British tabloid journalism. It's not enough you were at a sex party. It's only enough that if it was Nazi themed as well. God fucking damn it. Right, Elliot?
Yeah, but like this is the thing: is it's just if you look at the crux of it, it's just probably a sub-dumb thing. It's like it's bad, but it's like I'll be honest, yeah. So I'm like a quarter Jewish, so that's enough for Hitler. But like I don't care. Nazi roleplay all you want in the bedroom. I don't give a shit.
Flip it.
It happened.
Yeah, let's flip that.
Like,
can we check out who Max Mosley's dad is, please?
Yeah,
I don't know if this is a
oh
joke.
god,
but...
I hope it's not Oswald.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It might be. Oh, it fucking might be. Oh, I hope it's Oswald Mosley.
Parents. It is.
Oh my god! Let's talk about who Oswald Mosley is because I don't know if everyone knows.
I don't know. Sir Oswald Mosley.
Okay, no, then Max Mosley should not be Nazi role playing.
Yeah, because I think I know where Max Mosley got the idea to be a Nazi role player, and that is from Britain's own Nazi. He married one of those sisters, one of those. What the fuck were they called?
Why was his dad allowed to be? Why was anyone surprised?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Now that they're like, as soon as Baldy wrote who was his dad, and I was like, Mosley, and then you said, I was like, wait, the fucking British fascist guy who married that famous lady, and then they got jailed during World War II because they're like, well, we know 2 people that are definitely on Hitler's side. Get them.
So I love one thing I love about Wikipedia is you can tell who wrote it to a certain degree.
Yes.
And so just the wording of this, having become disillusioned with mainstream politics, drifted towards fascism and became the leader of the British Union of Fascists. No one drifts into being the leader of fascists.
Speak for yourself.
It's a real commitment. It's not like you've accidentally. It's not like you meant to go to boxing, but you turn up when the Pilates class is on. And go,
I mean,
I can
see how you drift towards fascism. Your comedy career is not working out,
but
and so you suddenly start to. Yeah, exactly. You suddenly start, just screaming that it's all a fucking, albino hemophiliac's fault. One thing leads to another, and then you're the lead broadcaster for GB News. You know what I mean? It just happens. You know what I mean? One second you're an open spot, next spot you're the co-host of Headliners.
I had a big to do with one of those people the other day.
Oh, what happened, Elliot?
We smoothed some things over.
Like his face with your fist?
The offer was there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You put it in the private chat if you don't want to name them.
How much do you want to go? Was this on Twitter or offline?
No,
offline.
This was face to face.
Oh my God!
Wait, one of these people was in.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. That's exactly what I wanted
Yeah.
Elliot challenged Ann Widdecombe to a fight.
No, it's annoying because I actually get on with it. It's one of those things where like
you get on with Ann Widdecombe. You love her policies on prisons, and you thought that what? No abortion. That's Elliot.
Exactly.
Yeah, Elliot, as he said, he's like, as a person who's a quarter Jewish, Hitler's all right with me. That's an Elliot Steel quote. Also, I want to fuck Ann Widdecombe. Those
I never said Hitler's all right with me. I said
That's what you said. We have it on a videotape. You said.
Oh, did I? I meant Hitler's not all right with me.
I mean, now we already got a clip.
A video circulating already.
Is that what I said?
People are scooping up.
Hitler definitely would not be okay with me. I'm just.
I'll never forget that you leaned right forward to the camera and you went, "I want you all to remember one thing. I, Elliot Steel, am part of the Third Reich." I remember you saying that.
I drifted in, and they just put me in charge. That's what happened.
Yeah. I found myself floating down the river of politics, and I thought, ooh, fascism. So warm. So now. So stupid.
I find like because of online, My real problem is that I follow too many people I'm not actually friends with. That's what I realize. You have to do this polite thing where you have to follow people, and then you're like, oh fuck, now I see what you're up to all the time, and I don't really care.
Yeah.
But then they'll tweet something that I do care, or they'll have a different opinion to me, and we're not meant to know that many people. Like, we're not meant is so you just end up falling out with someone. So people like the person that I'm talking about, you end up having an issue with. Whereas if there wasn't any online, you would never have an issue with the person. They'll just turn up, and you just go like, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why we're having a massive confrontation on people's actual fucked up thoughts, is because we can now actually see how many people are like pretty like, whoa, what?
God,
I don't think this person has fucked up thoughts. I think they
I'm speaking generally.
All right, yeah.
But I know what you're saying. Yes, yeah, and this is the other thing is with dog whistles and stuff like that, is even the person doing it or people platforming things, they do not realize, but that like, you know, it's that thing of like, yeah, they may not believe it but giving this person a platform, then they tell two people, and then they tell two people, and it just grows and grows and grows and grows. But I also agree, England in particular, in terms of a place where there's a culture war happening, is so much more pronounced and prevalent. Prevalent than somewhere like the States, where it's like, if you watch the news in the US, you would think that there are like literal Proud Boys behind every bush waiting to scare someone. And
either that, or you think that there are Black Lives Matter people armed with trans people.
Yeah, armed with trans bullets. These guns have decided that they're a they. And none of that's true. It's like, and it doesn't exist online. Everyone kind of ignores it and like it's just like meh. But England, it's like it's real and out there, and people are like, we got to keep it's so bizarre.
What do you mean? Like, as in people take it seriously in England?
People take it way more seriously in England.
Yeah. They do in the comedy community.
Yeah, they really do. Like to the point where I'm like, all right, this is a little ridiculous. That said, some people, such as your gentleman in the private chat, how do I say this? I saw that person's audience, and it's one of those things where I go, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You've cultivated this. And by the way, here your issue is that you know not what you've done, but you've really invited an element into. They've invited an element into their life that they're not necessarily aware is that's not going away, and that's going to follow them for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, also the thing is that will happen is the same thing that happens there. My guess will be the thing that happens to someone who plays social justice warrior on Twitter, builds a following being a social justice warrior, and then someone finds a tweet from 8 years ago where they're like, where they've said something like that could be construed as racist. And they get torn apart, which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
favorite thing ever. It's always great.
I know someone who got like, it's very funny. They went after Bernie, and the Bernie Bros lit him up, and they got a text message from their manager, which was, "Why did you tweet the N-word in 2008?"
Holy shit! My
and it's because you can run a diagnostic program. So basically, they like saw it coming, so they got a bunch of. They didn't find the worst ones, but they found sort of like bad ones adjacent. But they were able to delete the really bad ones before the Bernie Bros found it. But I was like, that text message is the funniest thing ever.
Funny. You'd have to have that framed, right? You'd have to take a screenshot of it, take it into a framers, and just put it up on your wall. Why?
It's also 2008 is the funniest year to have tweeted the N-word. Like, what a weird reaction to the global financial crash. I'll tell you who did this.
Or a certain Mr. President got elected and they went. No. Like, that's why they were angry. Like, that's what loads of people have done on Twitter.
Yeah. It's a lot of people. Yeah, I guess that is a year where a lot of people use. Oh no, Elliot, no.
That could be it.
Take the boy out of Croydon. You can't take Croydon out of the boy, I guess. Here's a weird fact. This is the first time ever at the end of a Melbourne International Comedy Festival I'm not brutally hungover after the last night.
Ooh.
I had 2 glasses of champagne, Chris.
Oh, lovely.
Nice. Very
A
classy.
champagne that starts with a T. Well, it was a nice champagne. A T. Starts with a
Avenger?
T. That was that.
Yeah.
It was really good. Here's the thing here's what I think has happened in my post-pandemic is it's not that I don't like drinking anymore. It's that I'm just a real pricey bitch now, and I just want high-quality liquors.
It's tough, man. Once you've had it, it's so good. It's so
Yeah.
good. So I'm just about to start my job. Elliot, I have to get a job now because there's no comedy in Canada that
When are you
pays
coming
anything.
back?
And so
Never.
I'll come back for visits, but I'm not gonna live there.
Your country is a sewer, Elliot.
Yeah,
It's
it's
over.
it's,
Not
it's
bad
on
news for you.
it's on a downward slope.
No. It was on a downward slope for about 10 years. It is now just in the muck.
That's fair enough.
But like as a result of this job, I'm about to earn like grown-up money plus stand-up money for the first time in years, and I'm gonna drink so well. Oh, I'm gonna drink so well. It's just gonna be just delicious fucking bourbons and occasional bottles of champagne.
Would you do a Winston Churchill day? Have you gone through like there's a couple of those? You can't do the Hunter S. Thompson day because there's no way you can just get your hands on that much cocaine.
No.
But the Winston Churchill day is pretty. You could probably do it. It's a lot of cigars is the problem. It's like 5 or 6 cigars.
There's a lot. Yeah, we used to go over that in a bar that I worked at. We tried to figure out if we could do it in a day. Let's see if we can find it again.
Okay, there's a lot of naps is the one advantage.
Epic drinking regimen of Prime Minister Winston Churchill.
Like there's a lot. His doesn't have a ton of morning drinking, if I recall.
No, there is. I think it starts with champagne.
Yeah. Okay. You got to start. Yeah, you're up. It's a celebration.
Champagne's the best morning drink. It's up there as it's a easy morning drink.
I
think so. It's that and Bailey's coffee.
Yeah,
I cannot drink in the morning, but I got to tell you, it is my day off, and there is a big part of me that wants to pop some headphones on and continue this conversation down on the streets. If you know what I'm saying?
I could do that. I haven't had like a drinking day in a long time now.
Oh, like dude, when I was in Austria, it was brutal. I was there for like 11 days. And
what were you doing in Austria?
I was doing I was back there to just say some things I've said earlier about Hitler. No, I was I was doing altitude and then I did snow bombing.
Oh yeah, how was altitude?
Altitude is fucking great. Like the best festival. It's incredible. It's the best. Like the people, everything, the order, everything is just great. Snow bombing, I can't judge it. It's a music festival in the same place altitude, in the same town altitude is. The problem is it comes packed. It's kind of full of dickheads, but they're not dickheads. I think I've just been there too long. I think I'm just. There were just days where, you know, when you drink and it doesn't affect you.
Mm-hmm. No, I've never been that good at drinking.
But you know where you can have. Oh, you know when you go like Betsy would have done. Oh, I only had 6 beers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you know, and that was just I only had 6 beers last night and a couple of Jaegers and
it was a light night.
It was like that. Yeah. Going by one, it was getting to that. So I got back and I flew straight back in and had to do shows. And I was like, right, I'll drink at these shows, and then I just took like 5 days off it. And now my drinking's back to moderate again. I can have like 3-4 beers on the weekend, like Friday, Saturday night.
I hate it's one of those things where I totally relate to the fact that you're able to drink like that, but I just can't. I get too bloated and it makes me so sad.
Oh yeah.
Like I basically didn't drink all month, and doing this festival completely sober was crazy because I realized that this used to be so much of a party festival for everyone. Like it was insane. And oh my God, do I not miss it at all? Like I used to wake up and just have diarrhea right now, and I have no diarrhea. Elliot, I'm diarrhea free. Elliot,
I always liked it when there was like you ever just have like one friend and you go, today we're doing this. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
And that's the day, and then you just start. I mean, and then you make your way through, and maybe you see other people for a little while, and they fade in and out of the day, but then you keep going. Those days were the fucking best, man. Those were
Chris,
so
you and
fun.
I
We did it.
On a
Yeah.
Good Friday, we walked around London having street beers and weed. We met a nice racist in front of an abandoned children's hospital.
And I met that we're all together now, and it was good.
Yeah, that's how we met Elliot.
But like, look, my buddy Kenny and I used to do that. We'd just be like, right, just turn it on. Here we go. And yeah, go out, buy a bottle of Prosecco, do it. Out for some beers. Then maybe a couple gin and tonics, class it up in the afternoon. And but just steady, never like not really shots. Just drink the whole fucking day.
I couldn't
and
do
mix
it.
it up. It was just so fun. But like once you can do that once every now and then. Like when I was younger, we'd do it every now and then. I haven't done it in fucking years now, but I'd love to. I'd love to have a day like that again.
It's great. I've just got back into smoking weed.
Oh yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Oh man. So I got this the dealer who was like, I could get Californian, and so I ordered it.
Did you find him on Facebook?
Not far off. He got me on Instagram.
Shut the fuck up.
And then so you just order it, and then so I had some of that stuff, and it was great. So now I've got this other stuff. I got like a whole fucking box of the shit. And it's just like, not like Jesus Christ, I don't get house raided.
This is all allegedly. We're all this is comedy, but I actually, Elliot, I found a great photo of you high.
Oh, is this the one of me at the party?
Oh, there you are.
There he is, just having a little nap, which is very sweet.
I gotta tell you, I hate that photo like more than Poison. The amount of like the fact that his face is wedged.
Right there.
So but then but I've just been using it as like the one thing I don't want to do with weed is become a stoner again.
Yeah.
Easy.
Because because being a stoner is so easy.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't want the effects of it to wear off. To get to the point where you're stoned and you realize that you're just you know what I mean? That to me is like shit. I actually quite like it like after jiu-jitsu or something. You're like, oh fuck, I've done something to earn this. Whereas because I was doing that thing where I could just get high. Like nobody's stopping me. I could do all the shit I'm about to do, but I'd be high.
Yeah. No, after Paul's passing, there was a good solid month where I was basically I was functional, but I'd be like, I don't want to do this. And it's like, well, buddy, like have a sip of weed and just get goofy and get through it because you have to participate in society and you just got to get back on that horse, my friend. Because I was just like, or just sit here. I don't know, sit here. It's like, no, can't sit there. But yeah, no, and it's coming here was very smart because it wasn't socially acceptable and I had work to do. But I was definitely on the tip of like, let's get well, but it's not fun. It's also like too much of that. It's like cake all the time. You can't have cake all the time. Yeah. Then it just stops being fun.
Yeah, I just when I was a stoner, I was just zoned out a lot of the time. It was like I remember watching like TV shows or doing stuff and just not engaging with any of it. So it was like when when you stream a show and you binge it and you can't remember the name of the main character.
Yeah.
No,
it was
never
like
done
that. That shit happens to me where like I'll watch 6 episodes of a show. But I apparently none of it touched the sides. It was just coming at me, and I'll try to think. It was like I couldn't name a fucking single character out of that show.
My thing with the issue I have is not really an issue. I'm way nicer when I'm stoned. I'm a way more empathetic person.
Yeah.
I'm way nicer to be around, and it's like noticeable. People are like, "You're way nicer when you're stoned," and I'm like, fuck, I got to work out to be that person all the time."
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's also because you're impaired. It's also that thing of you've taken something that like heightens your empathy, makes you feel goofy and fun, as opposed to being sober where you feel all your emotions. You never feel gassy when you're stoned. You're too fun. You're having too much fun giggling.
Yeah, I don't, but I do like it. But it's like it's too easy to just. I would never.
All that I am and all that I ever will be, not to go outside and get blazed because I am on a day off and I'm already packed for the most part.
Are you flying today?
Yeah, I fly at 10 o'clock tonight.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
And straight back to LA.
Straight back to LA, buddy. Got a day. This is the first time I've ever done this after a festival. I'm taking some days off. I am So excited. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna sit for a while, Elliot. Elliot, look at me. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna watch all of Deadwood again, or all of The Last Dance. I think it'll be all of The Last Dance and then all of Deadwood, or I'll combine them and just misremember it. I just think there was a time when Phil Jackson called Michael Jordan a loopy fucking cunt. Oh my God, how much better would that documentary be if it just turned out Al Swearigan was the coach of the Chicago Bulls?
Beautiful.
You wouldn't want to be looking like that at me, Scotty.
I always have this thing where I don't actually like going on holiday. Like when I have time of like being gigging loads in a minute, I actually like sitting around doing fuck all.
I completely agree with you.
I don't want to go to a beach. I don't want to go sit somewhere. I like getting up when I want to get up, turning on the PlayStation and just going.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I could not agree with you more in the idea of like, what are we doing for vacation? It's like we sleep and are awake when we want to be awake, and we do whatever we want. It's like, what are you going to do? It's like, I mean, I'm going to watch some fucking food preparation shows, like in an amount where you'd be like, is he hungry? And it's like, no, but I want to watch this guy from the original Queer Eye host a show where these three fucking chefs make me something out of fucking shallots. Get on it!
I found a fucking great show for that. It's called The Hustler.
Go on. If it's a show about a guy who shows people how to be pickpockets in real life, I want to watch that show right now. That's all I want to watch.
That was a British show.
No, it wasn't. Shut the fuck up.
Dude, did you not never see The Real Hustle?
No.
It was literally just three people on BBC Three walking around going, here's how you defraud people of loads of money. I swear to God, there's a show called The Real Hustle, and then they just walk around and like, yeah, this is how you could defraud people.
That's
I like
incredible.
that a lot.
Yeah,
that's really good.
The Hustler is just it's sort of a trivia game. It's hosted by Craig Ferguson, and so what it is you've got 5 people. They have to answer trivia questions like as a team, and for each one they get right, they get $10,000. But the twist is, one of them knows all the answers. And what they have to do is figure out which one that is. And if by the end of the game they don't figure out which one knows all the answers, that one person gets all the money.
Oh my God, I love this game so much. I fucking love this game so much. I would watch the shit out of that.
It's fucking great.
Did you ever see Golden Balls?
Is that the one Mark hosted?
No, that's Balls of Steel.
Okay.
Before we continue, Elliot, you wrote a tweet about Mark Dolan on Twitter that I screen grabbed because it makes me laugh so hard when you were talking about how he was your comedy hero, and you wrote, one day I dreamed of over-hosting at a Moose in Soho, and I don't know, it was the most perfect, exactly what he did at that gig, which was, it was too much like every person in the front row got addressed. Like it was so like we got to do all the crowd work. Oh my God! Oh, so fucking funny.
I'm such a cunt online, man.
I loved it. I love it so much. I love it. So it's perfect.
I'm such a cunt. I need to.
By the way, if I retweet Elliot, know that that's exactly what I'm thinking. But I'm going. I'm gonna let him say it. But I'll give you a retweet.
Sometimes I'm just sat at home bored, and I go, "What can I do?" And I go, and I just tweet something, and I just put my phone down, and I go back to like I might just be like, on the PlayStation or something, and I'll just start hearing my phone go, and I go, that's either going to be good or bad. And I'm like living in a realm where you don't know.
I got news for speaking of getting stoned, oh, hello.
Hey, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Enjoy your drunks.
I do occasionally like tweeting when I'm a bit stoned, but I made a rule a while back where you have to put them in your draft folder.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some tweets in there that I am so happy I haven't said. Like, let's put it this way. Elliot, you know what you had? You know what you put in the private chat? That individual? Yeah, there would have definitely been a fist fight because I found one of the tweets I wanted to write, and it was illegal. Like I would have been. It was fucking libel.
Oh fuck yeah, right? Because there's the thing with people do with that character. The thing that
2018, David.
Basically, can I say the person's name? but I know I don't want to make.
No, Elliot, don't bring us into your.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, same
okay.
care.
So like the problem is when people attack Leo curse online, and I said this to Leo the other day, right? Is they call him a racist, or they go for that angle, and it's totally the wrong way to attack him because he's not. Like it's a really stupid way of attacking someone, you know, and he's gonna out. The way to attack him is like be like, why did you? Like, if I was to attack Leo, and if anyone was going to, this is how you do it: is go. When are you bringing Pun Man back? Why?
Oh God, I love you so much. Yes, exactly.
That's how you do it. Why aren't you doing the show about gerbils at the Fringe anymore? We want the Gerbil show again. That's how you do it. Like
this is exactly how you
can't.
do it.
You can't match him on his battlefield because he's gonna come. It's like if you argue with a flat earther about why the world is round. They're going to have more facts about why the Earth is flat that aren't even really fact. They're going to be more prepared for their argument than you're going to be for yours. So if you just go in like with complete stupidity, like completely and just take away the and you just attack that way, that's the way to do it. But nobody fucking does it.
I completely agree with you. There is an amazing video of I think it's Marco Rubio and Alex Jones having an argument, and Alex Jones is like, "You're a blah 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 blah," and keeps and I think it's Mark keeps going, "Why are you shouting?"
Yeah.
I'm not yelling, and there's nothing that Alex Jones could do because he's not criticizing his argument. He's not saying don't have this argument. He's just saying you have to be a bit quieter.
Yeah.
And Alex Jones cannot get. He's like, you can't tell me to control the volume of my voice, and he's like, I can't really hear what you're saying. It's too loud, and it's just so just sort of like. But that's the exact thing. I also don't think I was thinking a lot about this. I'm reading another book about about online right-wing culture. I also think a lot of people do not realize what they're saying or doing. I think a lot of people are looking at this as a means to an end, or more importantly, some of these views having them out. It was initially a means to an end, and it's that thing of like, when did we become the thing that we were pretending to be? Like Andrew Dice Clay is named Andrew Silverstein. He wasn't born with a leather jacket. He became that person slowly over years.
Yeah, anything you do ironically, you will do earnestly.
That's why things.
That's a fact.
That's why things on the internet. I remember when it used to be funny, where it was like, "Oh, here's like pretending to be a Nazi," and then years later it was like, "No, now we're actually being Nazis," and it's kind of That's not. Wait. Pretending that you have that view is, I think it's fucking funny. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like it's so outrageous. Of course, I don't think that. But then actually having that view is like, whoa, dude, what the fuck? Like that's no longer funny.
So it's like,
but that's what happens. That's what
do you know about the whole like South Park conservative movement and stuff like that? Of the idea of all of these people that were doing all of this sort of stuff for the lulz, and then it's that thing of like they've become fascist. Like the internet basically like accidentally it was like rolling. Like we're joking. No, it'll make the joke even funnier. We do this in real life. No, it'll make the real life part even funnier if we actually believed it. And then they're all just like, and then you get like January 6th. It's all just very
well. It's also, I mean, I understand that because I do that with my own jokes. Like I have wild jokes, and I've been telling them for a long time, and then I'm like, this doesn't even sound like a joke to me. It just sounds like a fact now.
Yeah.
Like because it just now all I see is the logic of it. I don't understand why it's funny because there's no surprise to it. And that's it. If you keep saying the fucking thing, then it's no longer surprising, and it just starts to sound reasonable because humans are endlessly adaptable.
Can I ask? So did you asked about being a pun man? What happened next? Did he do a pun?
I didn't say that. I said I was saying I didn't. If I was to get into an online argument, I don't really intend to get into online arguments with this person because I'm very selective who I do it with. I go with people I know I can beat. Like I wouldn't just like it.
I gotta tell you, your honesty is so refreshing, Elliot. You're like, you know who I pick a fight with? Someone that I'm not going to lose to.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, fuck yeah.
I gotta tell you, yeah,
it's just an easier way to win a fight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You know who could have used this advice, Elliot? Vladimir Putin. He could have used you. Vlad, I'm going to say it. This might be difficult. What if we instead invade Belarus? They're not going to stop us. They're going to like
it. But so it's just like the thing is, I wouldn't get into an argument with Leo because Leo knows what the fuck he's talking about. to a degree where it's like you can't meet him on that level.
I don't think I agree with that, but okay.
No.
I know.
But
I
I
actually
would-
know. Here's what it is. I know what Elliot's saying is that it's that thing of you're not going to get through to them because there is a list and wall of talking points that they will raise up. And so then it's that thing of you're fulfilling the prophecy that they have foretold that people in this environment are going to treat them this way. But it's you're actually being like, no, I'm allowed a right of reply to whatever you've said. It's that you've culturally created this like thing where it's like, oh, that's an echo chamber that's over here. What Elliot's kind of saying in a more macro sense is the idea of you want to go like you want to, get some points on the board. Here's the strategy of how to do it.
Oh no, I absolutely agree with the strategy, but the idea that he knows what he's talking about, I balk at. But the so in with that debate thing though, so I learned this from doing versus the audience, is if something that's known comes up, I've got a rule where I won't make an argument that I've heard before.
Right.
Oh,
I have to make a brand new argument that, as far as I'm concerned, has never been made. Because if I don't touch the talking points, then they can't touch the talking points.
Okay, that's interesting.
And so then they've got to be present. Now they're moving. Now you got to make them think, and they're more likely to hear what you're saying because they're not used to the rhythms of the argument. If you hit them with the normal one, then you're both just doing like I assume it's like sparring when you're training, when there's punch combinations. And you guys get used to those combinations. So you defend this way, you punch that way. You got to break out of that if you want to actually do something.
So exactly. So I went and rolled at a gym in Cardiff on Saturday and was able to actually beat a few guys because they don't know what I'm doing. Whereas everyone in my gym is in the same class as me. So knows where I'm going, what I'm doing, and then knows like how to stop it. So you have to play it like way different. Whereas at this place, they didn't know what the fuck I was going for. So I was just able to it is that. But my thing with attacking these people is it's just like, just don't anyone getting involved in a Twitter debate where you're making points and points and points. It's not going to work. Just be stupid, be offensive, and then if that doesn't work, get personal. Like that should be the fucking.
By the way,
just start getting like as fucking because like it's like Sun Tzu, like his whole thing was talking about, like, don't meet your enemy on their battlefield.
Yeah.
Like if you're fighting someone, don't meet them in a place where they're strong. Take them to a place where they're weak. So someone's really politically astute. And wants to be taken seriously as a political person. Start bringing up things where they come across stupid and silly that aren't to do with politics, and it completely undermines anything else they're going to say. That's the way to do it. But then when Victoria,
it's interesting actually because this strategy has I think probably the most properly employed by a guy named Rush Limbaugh, who basically invented that his entire idea of ideology was just get the libs.
Mm-hmm.
The problem now is that's literally just what right-wing people do. Like in the end, there's no discussion of doctrine. Yeah. People in the center or on the left are going like, we need to probably do something about education and the environment, seeing as it looks like any country near the equator is going to be a desert in about 45 minutes. And also all our kids can't read. And they're like, you know what else we got to do? We got to make sure that, and then they just say something so fucking objectionable. You're like, oh, you're just doing this to get a rise out of me so we don't have to actually do anything. So I totally see what you're saying. But the problem is that strategy has already kind of been employed and is now just political discourse.
But there's also like a nice, fun way of doing it. Like I remember Bisha KLE doing this once on Twitter, and it made me laugh so hard. I'm sure she's done it more than once, but the time I saw it killed me. Where like some guy came on and replied to one of her tweets and just started explaining something that she clearly knows a lot about. And she, instead of like shitting on him or doing anything, all she replied with was like, wait, I don't understand. Can you explain some more?
The best.
And every single time he answered, she was like, but I don't understand how. And by the time it took about 6 tweets for the guy to realize what was going on, but just to watch him almost fucking explode trying to explain it and then realize what he did was just a nice little light touch, just a light touch.
My ex-wife gave me one of the greatest. So a certain comedian who will remain, Craig Campbell.
Private chatted. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I love this one.
Was having a fucking tete-a-tete with Jack Carroll.
Yeah.
And he was like, like Jack Carroll has, I think he has cerebral palsy. I think that's. Yeah.
Okay.
And like Craig Campbell was like going after him about it, and I was just like, I want
About his cerebral palsy.
Yeah, like I don't need to take this from some fucking prop act, like that sort of shit. And you're just like, oh fuck you, Craig. Because there's also the thing of like no one's like everyone's kind of like. Anyway, I was just like, I want to hurt Craig Campbell, and I turned to my ex-wife and I sort of explained the situation, and she just like not even thinking, just was like, just write, who are you? That sort of person thinks everyone he'll know who you are. And the fact that you popped in to say that will freak him out. Did that? I was blocked on every platform within 5 minutes. Platform. And it was the greatest reveal of like, baby boy wants attention. Baby boy can't handle. He doesn't have attention. Baby boy. Baby boy's.
I'm able to make memes and shit, and I'm just waiting for the day that I can do some of the ones that I want to fucking do.
Elliot, come on, give us a preview. Give us a preview.
No,
Which one do you want to?
I can't. But this is the thing with like getting in an argument on Twitter. Don't go in there trying to win. Go in there. You've got an audience. Make people laugh. Like you will fucking just double down on anything. What you want on a good tweet, what you want is you want people messaging you, not retweeting you. Like, you won't. Dude, that was hilarious, but I'm not gonna like it. That's what you want, because then you know it's going around WhatsApp groups and stuff. So like,
no. What you actually really want though is people messaging the person that sent the screen grab. That's when you know you've really made it. Like someone recently had a comment about the Will Smith incident. We're not going to go into who, or we're not going to go into what they said.
Oh, private chat, obviously, though. Put it in there.
Oh, my God. If you haven't seen this, Chris, I will send it to you. I guarantee you.
I know exactly.
Hey, shut the fuck up on who it is. Shut the fuck up on who it is, Elliot.
Look at his face.
Nemesis.
We're not getting into a turf war with this individual.
No. Don't. Fucking don't.
No, I'm not.
Oh yeah, no, that's never worth the fight. That was amazing. I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Phenomenal.
Oh my word in heaven.
It's so basically I'm not going to say who it was.
No, we're not going to go into any detail in any way, because anyone who has seen it's going to immediately figure out who it was. But what I'm saying is that's the one that you really don't want, is when you're screen grab in the WhatsApp groups and people are messaging the people around that person. Like I almost messaged that person's representative to be like bit of a rough time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think that but again, that's one of those ones where you don't want to. I just think on like, just be silly, just be stupid. Don't go on there and like take yourself too seriously, because then that's good. You're going to tweet something someday, especially if you built yourself in that position.
Yeah.
You put yourself up there as like righteous. You're gonna get, and people want to see it happen as well.
Oh
like
my God!
I with that person used to not get on, but I actually get on with them in person. I don't think we would anymore. I think, and also I'm a bit more secure. You know, I don't know, but whereas someone like Leo, what annoys me is that I actually get on with him. Yeah. Like we actually have similar. Like if you ever actually speak to Leo about what he thinks about certain stuff, you're like. He will like go, because I'm old school left wing, like he's kind of like, he'll be like, oh yeah, cool, I kind of agree with a few bits of that. He's a little bit like that, like, yeah, you know, I believe in this and this, and you kind of go, fuck, so he's semi-reasonable. But then people get into arguments, his discourse online, and he's antagonistic online as well.
Yeah, he doesn't necessarily have an ideology. It's an opportunity for which to further one's career, and it comes with an audience and a lot of other stuff. I think it is also that thing of, and what I've said before and I will say again is, I think anyone who's sort of using that as a level up mechanism in show business, go fucking nuts. Do whatever you want to do to make it in this business of show, but that comes with consequences.
Yeah.
And those consequences are real and are big. You know what I mean? Like it's not nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. No, I totally agree. I think it's playing with a level of. I do think like whenever you look at like the replies, there's a lot of Union Jacks and poppies in there.
This is the other thing is I get very fucking nervous.
Yeah.
It's so crazy what has happened to flags in my lifetime. Like I remember, like if you used time one Canadian flag, you could still be like, that's all right. I mean, I don't know what the truckers have done to it actually, but it does occasionally.
Now.
Yeah, I hear it is really tense in Canada again. Also, I hear that like the Toronto comedy community is like vaxxers versus anti-vaxxers.
Oh, I haven't had a chance to see that yet, but I was walking down the street with a friend of the show, Dylan Gott. And,
Go on.
And I saw his place, and I was like, "Oh, what's that? I don't know that venue." And he went, "Oh, that's the Anti-Vax Comedy Club." Oh, they have their own club. That's awesome.
That is all right.
I would rather they have their own club every day because that means they're less likely to come to all the other clubs.
Yeah.
Absolutely, give them their own club.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know. Even with that one, I just kind of like have a little bit of like, can we all just get on? Do we have to? This is my issue with it. We just kind of divided on.
I'm gonna make fun of them for the rest of my life because they're so fucking stupid. And
I know.
So fuck them. It's so funny.
Like it's every issue now we get so divided on, and I don't. And it's not even that we just get so like the discourse on anything. You just come, yeah, fuck you, and it's like, man.
Elliot, I hear what you're saying. I have the same belief, but here's the thing: as you look at history, we are not more divided than we ever have been. Like
I agree.
If I hear one more person go, we're on the brink of a civil war, I'm going to make them read the history. And it's like, no, we're not. All the states are still in the Union. There isn't a guy named Jefferson.
But for how long, John?
So long. They're going nowhere. I would by the way, attention all right-wing states in America. Please feel free to try and leave. And then you are going to get what I like to call fucked in the face by drones.
No, but they don't want to leave. They understood they lost that one. That's why they're trying to take all of it.
Yeah, I
don't
know.
take it. It's not about leaving now.
Also,
it's about taking.
I agree with you. Go ahead,
Sorry,
Elliot.
go ahead. No, go ahead. You know more than me.
I was just going to say is that I think that I completely agree that that's what they're going to try and do. Here is the difference: is that in England, I think that the right-wing evil people are much smarter, while I think that in America, the smart right-wing evil people have kind of been replaced by the really stupid and really evil right-wing people. Like all of the smart evil right-wing people left in the Bush years.
I don't think British right-wing people are smart. I think that there is such a weird accent thing in the UK that people just trust them more.
I hear what you're saying. I'm not saying that they're all smart as a group. I'm saying that leadership is very like Boris Johnson is a horrific monster. I think that this is all a construction and a plan for him to consolidate and hold power for as long as he possibly can. And that is what's basically happened. Like he got a landslide victory for no reason. Basically, he ran on Brexit's shit, but we'll finish it. And only England would be like, you're gonna finish something? That's right.
The other guy tried to give us free like fiber optic broadband and was going, hey, moving into this part of the century is really important that the internet is accessible. And then months after, we all went, oh, you fucking communist. The whole world. So my ex-girlfriend's parents who voted for Johnson, I was down there one time in Hereford, and they're lovely people, and the internet there doesn't work. And they're like, oh, yeah, the internet's terrible. And I was like, yeah, how was that hard during the pandemic? They were like, oh, it was awful. And I'm like, yeah, if only someone had the foresight that you need fucking I do not understand in this country that any time infrastructure is talked about and you go, look, it's really important in this day and age when people travel to have updated infrastructure. It actually provides more for the economy. It's a service. It shouldn't cost the amount it costs. It's vital. Otherwise, we're going to fall behind. And then they go, oh, would you fucking be communist? And you're like, you guys don't even know what communism is. Like,
no, they don't.
No, they do not.
You just think it means free shit, and you don't understand that. Yet you need some things to be free or cost less money because that then allows more people to work and allows for more opportunity. It's not even
Elliot, are you going to become prime? You know what? If you were the leader of the Labour Party, that's how you beat John. If it was Johnson v. Steel, because he'd be like blubbering, and you'd be just like, bruv. I just feel like you'd be like, we ain't talking fucking shit, mate. Like you just say something like that. You would be kicked out. You'd be like that fucking Beast of Bolsover guy that was always fucking calling David Cameron Dodgy Dave. What was that fucking guy's name?
Bin Face?
No, not Lord Binface. No, Dennis Skinner. I think was his fucking name. That guy fucking ruled.
But I think with Johnson, the way to beat him is that you just have to play his game, wouldn't you? You just have to, like, if you rattle him up to the point where he gets nasty, and then he breaks character, that would be so. Just be like, you'd have to get personal with him, I think, but you just start.
I think that the best way, and this is why I agree that Elliot, you should run for prime minister, is I think that honestly the best thing against him is some good old fashioned bants.
Yeah,
you're chatting shit, man. You're chatting shit. Why you just hit him like
fuck off, mate? That would just kill. That would do. If someone in Parliament went during Prime Minister's question time, fuck off, mate.
Yeah,
they would be the most popular. They'd be asked to leave immediately, and everyone would listen to them.
Yeah,
I know this country. If they had that, and the next day, after they left, there's a picture that they just went to a pub. It's like within weeks they'd be one of the most popular MPs. Within weeks.
2 election cycles. Within 2 election cycles, Adam Rowe will, for a laugh, run for office as a have a word joke.
He win.
Yeah.
And then we will see that, and it will be very entertaining.
Adam could actually do it.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt it at all.
Adam or Kai Humphreys in Blythe.
Oh my God! Kai, but Kai would be. I always think that Kai's eventually going to return to the Northeast and just become like some sort of like Mayor Dealey, last of the big bosses, kind of like municipal big boy. You know what I mean? Also, let's talk about where Kai is from. I'll never forget this for as long as I live. Within 2 minutes of visiting Blythe, I'd seen 2 guys who had just stolen someone's front door. Welcome to England, everybody.
Right.
Life is hell. What is going on?
Yeah. It's a mental place. It's a great place, but it's that bit of the world is just it's insane.
I mean, but it's also like America, like Fort Myers, Florida was so fucking wild. Like they're wild places.
Well, they got so much land in America as well, where they just
absolutely.
And
also,
guns.
America. There's a lot of land and a lot of guns and also a lot of just entitlement because it's like, well, we're free. We're the #1 most free country.
Yeah, they don't really know what it means, do they?
No.
That's what I quite
how
like
have we
about
talked for
Americans.
almost 2 hours? Where the fuck did the time go?
Yeah, it's been Jordan left like an hour ago.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, and he was on for almost an hour, about 50 minutes.
I'm really glad I got up this morning. I got to tell you, when my alarm, I had an alarm set at 7:05. Just as like, if you get up and you're able to get up and do the show, and I was so comfy in my bed. Like I was like, Elliot, do you ever have the covers tucked all the way up to your nose?
Oh yeah,
yeah. And I was like, I literally put on no jammies. I just got up, made coffee. I hated both of you, but when I saw it was just Elliot, I was like, I better join because I think Chris might be dead. And we've invested too much in this for Do
we need big follows? Big follows, anyone?
Elliot, do you need followers? Go to yourfollowerswithaz.com.
Big follows, bud. Big follows.
Yes, indeed. I would just like to say this, by the way. I don't know. Melbourne International Comedy Festival, super fun. My hour, I think, is going to be very good for Edinburgh. I'm very excited for that. Elliot, how is your hour for Edinburgh? Where are you going to be?
Not in Edinburgh.
No, Elliot.
Where are you going to do Camden? Like a bitch?
Nope. I think I'm just going to film an hour and put it on YouTube.
Sick.
Instead of spending the money on rent for a flat in Edinburgh.
Where are you going to work on that hour, though, Elliot?
I've got previews in, and I've also got a load of killer stuff at the minute. That's just been working. I'm just working up in the clubs.
Are you pop in though?
Nope. I'm not doing. I couldn't. I missed Edinburgh so much during thingy, and now I just view it in a different way. Where I've been having some success in other places, I now kind of look at Edinburgh as I don't sell too well up there. And it's fine. I'm not what they want. And instead of moaning about that, just go, that's cool. That's
very healthy way to look at it.
It's very mature.
Like, that's not what I'm not going to go, what the fuck? Because I'm not going to go up there and be what they want, which is cool. So
I
go
don't
do
like
your
how
thing
healthy
somewhere
you're
else.
being about
Yeah,
this.
go where you're wanted.
Yeah, and also I find if I was to go up there, I would start writing towards reviews. So I start going, oh fuck, I've got to have a progressive viewpoint on this. Whereas at the moment, I'm having a lot of fun going on stage, going, I don't have progressive viewpoints, but I'm an idiot. Like, so don't like having a lot of fun with just going, I should be wrong. I'm a
That's fair.
moron.
That's a very funny angle. That like I'm the reason that you shouldn't think these things. If I think them, that's a red flag.
That's a very funny
That's
point,
very
and also
funny.
I completely agree with that. Like, I completely agree with so many people that have that viewpoint, though, because I think more people should be like, you don't want to listen to me.
Well, that's how when I was a kid, I grew up in like basically an all white town. We had like one Muslim kid, and I met my first black person when I was 15. And so like we didn't have like racism was theoretical,
right?
But I remember the people that were racist were fucking morons.
Yeah.
I hated every person that I then found out was racist. I already hated them. So I was like, well, if that's what they think, it's almost certainly wrong. So that was like the easiest way to get that viewpoint through my limited access to the world. And so, yeah, like I absolutely ascribe to that. It's just like, well, do you think this person's an idiot? Yeah. All right. Well, you probably shouldn't agree with them then.
Yeah.
I will never forget this. And bear in mind, this took place at a barbecue when I was growing up on the street. My neighbors he was from France and then she was from Colombia. Like they are immigrants, and they'd come and they'd made a life and they had children, all that sort of stuff. And we were at the backyard, and other neighbors from on the street were talking about how the problem with Canada, particularly the problem with Toronto, is that too many people were allowed to immigrate, and they ruined the city. And I remember being like 10, eating a delicious barbecued hot dog, being like, this guy hates immigrants, and we're at an immigrant's house. Like this guy's a fucking idiot. Like, and I remember being like, are you fucking dumb? Like, also, you're like very good friends with this family, and like openly, like it's clearly you haven't put this together. And it's like, it's not like they're they're openly speaking many languages in this household. What are you fucking thinking, you dolt?
But that's you paper over the crack with not them. They're one of the good ones. One of the good ones does a lot of heavy lifting.
But this is the thing. It's my great pet peeve of the amount of people that have said to me, I'm anti-immigrant, and then I have to go, you do understand I've immigrated twice. I'm a double immigrant. And then and people have more than once been like, but not you. And you have to be like, well, what's the difference between me and someone else? And they want and people will basically go like, come on. And you're like, first of all, you would want someone from Syria over me, because I got news for you. A Syrian refugee family, they're going to keep quiet. Me, I'm from Untitled Canada. I've got some opinions, and you're going to change some shit. Attention, England, burn it down. It's over. No good.
I love that everyone hates England now.
Not everyone, but it's especially me. It's especially me. Like, I just spent a week with Alfie Brown, and he was like, "What?" I remember he was like, "I enjoy, but want to know what England did to you." And I said, "Existed and Brexit." Brexit was the final straw for me, where I was like, "Oh, it was amusing," and now it's like, "No, fuck you! Like, actually, go fuck yourself."
There's a weird atmosphere here at the minute.
You guys had a vote to end your economy, and now the economy is over. Like it's
well, it was a laugh.
Yeah, I mean, I will agree.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh, it certainly was. What a hoot!
Did it for the Bants.
Does anyone else really feel like Theresa May, like every once in a while, just like looks in the mirror and goes, "Yeah, they miss me now." And I'm like, where is the reasonable centrist voice of that fascist with a wheat field? Like, at least she came forward and was like, maybe we shouldn't just send immigrants to Rwanda. Like, and everyone was like, what a moderate voice. Like, what is going on?
I feel like what this government does, though, is it comes out with some outlandish thing like, we're going to send immigrants to Rwanda. And then you kind of have to go, wait, what have they actually done this week?
Yeah.
Because they know everyone's going to go, what the fuck? And then you look.
Yeah, that story drives the real story off the front page.
Yeah,
all
and
of a
then
sudden
you go,
the thing that you need to pay attention to is on A6 in the
yeah,
newspaper. You
and you're
gotta
like,
dig.
oh, they've just sold off a load of stuff to private companies that's actually happening. So then
This
they'll
is
back
why-
down at some point on the Rwanda thing, and everyone's like, we beat them, and you're like, no, they did exactly what they set out to accomplish. Like,
But this is why America is so much better at this point, because America's stupidity, they've gotten so bad at it, it feeds into it, which is like Madison Cawthorn literally 2 weeks ago was like, all these Republican politicians are doing cocaine and going to sex parties. And then he got called into a meeting with Kevin McCarthy. He was like, can you give me these names? And he's like, oh, I made that up. And they were like, oh, for fuck's sake. And then this weekend, he went on like a giant transphobic rant. And then all of these photos of him in like lingerie came forward. And he was like, that was at a VIP area at a nightclub on a cruise. Anything is allowed there, guys. Come on. And then everyone was like, wait a minute, didn't you just claim that your campaign is bankrupt and like you're going on crazy VIP cruises? And he's like, I needed to relax. And it's just like, you're like, God damn it, this is good.
It's not gay at hockey camp.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
oh, that is way better than what we have. There's not been any fun stuff like that in politics anymore in Britain. It's all very. I think this government is so disastrous, so bad that it's unrecoverable what has happened. It's just like nobody, especially with like the fact that nobody's going to put in anyone slightly. This is just what I don't understand in politics. There's just any sensible stuff is now like shouted out as like, oh, it's left wing, oh, they're hippies, and you go, the planet is going to flood.
He's going to win again.
I don't think he is. I think
he
that,
is.
I think there's something else coming.
This party thing, he's going to win again because there's no heir apparent. They don't have anyone in the.
But here's the problem:
he's not going to win it. He's not going to win it. He's not going to win.
He doesn't have. He has too much time, and it's in the same way of like everyone's counting Biden out right now. There's still so much time until those elections. Like it's one of those things where it's like Biden would lose if they had the election right now, and then I guarantee Biden be like, "Well, that's why we're not having the election right now, is it?" Like that's the thing that also, because also here is and this is the difference between the UK and the US is Keir Starmer is way too fucking idealistic. Like you kind of need someone who's like getting down and dirty and going nuts. Say whatever you want about Joe Biden. Joe Manchin is one of the, but it's not working in the same way that like Joe Manchin was one of the most untouchable senators in the fucking Senate because he was basically the voice of coal and alternative energy sectors that weren't oil but were still very bad for the environment. And Joe Manchin fucked Joe Biden, and now it looks like Joe Manchin is going to lose. And not only that, like all of his business properties are being looked at, and his daughter lost her job. And I'm just like, can we talk? Yes, I understand Joe Biden is fucking daughtering, but he's literally cutting fucking heads. And everyone's just like, this guy gets nothing done. It's like, I'm sorry. I don't agree that the Ukraine war should have happened. I think it's horrible. But if this was Trump, I think there would be American troops fighting with the Russians, and they have like, let's put it this way: Vladimir Putin is scared. I was sent an article yesterday. Here's the most terrifying headline you ever want to read. Here's the real list of all the Russian oligarchs that are dead since the invasion of the Ukraine started. And let me tell you, I was scrolling for a while. Like we are at a real precipice of change here. But what's amazing is a lot of people have convinced everyone, no, it's going to be bad forever. And I truly do think things are in some ways changing around. In that no one wants to talk about this. 2022 does feel better than 2021 in that like we're outside, society is happening again. Anti-maskers are getting COVID and dying. Guys, they're dying. That's good. That is good. One of the lead QAnon people who said only idiots get COVID because COVID is attracted to stupid people. Guess what happened to her yesterday? Died of COVID.
Oh,
that's real good. Yeah. See you in hell, you QAnon fuck. Shouldn't celebrate people's death. No, you shouldn't. I celebrate.
Buddy, when I saw that Orrin Hatch died, I was like, good.
Oh, so
I
fun.
I felt nothing. I felt like good.
Oh, I felt abject joy. Orrin Hatch is dead. Yeah. Literally the guy that was like, here's the problem with the equal he was the main proponent of keeping whatever the bill is that isn't even like the Equal Rights Amendment, like the one where it's like women aren't toilets, they are people, and he'd be like, that is a state's issue, and I'm from Utah, and if a woman wants to be a toilet in Utah, she is allowed to be a toilet in Utah.
But what you were saying, Chris, about the Boris winning the next election is like he's got the thing with British people is you can siphon off as much fucking money and give it to your mates and whatever. British people do not give a shit because we don't see how it directly affects us. We do not give a fuck about that stuff because we don't even believe in like a social state. We have an NHS and it annoys us that we have it. But if you were partying when we weren't allowed to be, oh fuck you. Fuck it. Like that will annoy people.
Okay.
And the only people who are like, oh well, we didn't really know he was breaking the rules and stuff are the old fucks who already vote for him who can't admit they're wrong. So the rest of the country, I think he's got an 80% disapproval rating at the minute, and he's just the only thing. The reason he's not being pushed, even though several major Tories have come out asking for him to be pushed, is the person who was going to replace him, Rishi Sunak, has just been found out as like
American,
completely, yeah. Which I don't even really give a shit about. Like I'm going to be honest. I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care if he has dual citizenship. Honestly, does not bother me. But like, it's very funny. Like I don't care. Like, have as many fucking passports as you want.
Let me say this about Boris Johnson: Boris Johnson is so good at being a politician in that he clearly was like, put Rishi Sunak as the number 2 because this guy's got bigger problems than me. And like, as soon as it's like we got to get rid of Boris, and he's like, oh, you might want to look into Rishi. And no. Like,
well, they've fucked it with the Partygate thing because they, you know, like they had to throw Cressida Dick, the Met police woman. She got thrown under the bus.
Yeah,
everyone's saying thrown under the bus. She didn't do her job. Like it's
thrown under the bus in terms of you have to die so we can continue.
Yeah. But again, welcome to fucking Tory politics. Like, you know.
But that is what it means to be thrown under the bus.
Yeah, she got dragged into it. There's no way that he's gonna. I think he'll survive for a little bit longer. The Ukraine thing saved him, but it keeps coming back up, and every time it comes up, their answer was he didn't know he was breaking the law, so we should just all forget about it. That was their excuse, and it was great.
The sheer balls of that. That's gaslighting, right? That's textbook gaslighting, isn't it?
I have a weird theory. This was shared with a few people, but I truly genuinely believe that in that every country has one issue that they actually is why they vote. So in America, it's guns is the real reason. It comes down to guns and abortion with everything. Canada, it's taxes. England is genuinely, there is about 40% of the population that just wants the empire back, and they vote for whoever they think is going to bring the empire back. And why Boris Johnson won is because he looked like this guy's bringing the fucking empire back. And now it's like, oh, he's not bringing the empire back. We got to find someone else.
Yeah. That's exactly that. Yeah.
He reminded them of all the game show contestants from the 70s.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, back before people realized they were on TV and you should dress up.
Yeah.
Remember, imagine if Bernard Manning just was the leader of our country. What a paradise. Welcome to Boris Johnson.
What that's it is because British people vote on the basis of who it looks like would be a laugh to have a pint with.
I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
I want to punch you in your face. I want to make this quickly go to you. Yeah, I agree with you. And I hate that logic so much. Because here's what I've never thought when I needed someone in charge. Who here's fun at drinking? Why am Elliot, I went to theater school. I jacked off in a botanical garden. I should not be able to figure out that's not what you need in a leader. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a stupid system that we have where it's just whoever comes along and is a bit of a character. Yeah. But the problem is like when you get outside of the real fucking issue is there's too many fucking old people.
And young people, I agree. Genocide. Wait, what?
Yeah. But there's too many old people in the outskirts that, like, if you ever speak to them about anything, They don't. They were never like trained as so like we're gonna do with kids now in school with like Twitter and Facebook and things like that. There's gonna be classes on. Hey, here's how you process misinformation. And we used to go through that school with tabloids. So it was like, here's how you. It was like a lesson in school. So you raise a generation that's pretty good at reading the front page of something and going, well, that's not fucking true. I know how to. Or I don't get my news from tabloids or actually any of the papers in the UK. Whereas there's loads of people who still pick up the Daily Mail and believe exactly what. Well, because it's in the paper. Why would they lie?
Excuse me, Elliot. The Daily Mail is the paragon of journalism, and I will not have you assail them. I need to know how many sexy tops David Cameron's niece bought.
Well, this is the other thing. How many has she got?
I agree.
Did you guys know there are magazines that are exclusively for upper class people, and they're all just like society magazines?
Of course,
just
my
like,
God, yeah.
Well, the daughter of the Duchess of Essex was seen trotting today with the son of the Duke of Yorkshire, and like 4-page write up. It's awesome.
When they've got
Well, it's also like those weird sections of the New York Times that are just for New York society. That you're just like, why is this international newspaper of note have so many wedding announcements?
You know, like in the UK, they've got that East India trading money from the back in the day, like that East India, like you know, like when a family has something like that, and you just know there's like, yeah, this is great, and then you meet these people, and the worst part is they're fucking fun.
Yeah,
that's the worst part.
They've been carefree their whole life.
When you meet, hey, I'm Jeffrey. I played one time. Jimmy McGee got me to play cricket for the Groucho Club. Right, brings me up.
Oh
He's
my
like,
God!
So I go down there. The fucking greatest characters I've ever met. One of them came up to me. He was like, "All right, old boy, how we doing?" And he was like, he goes, "Look, you can have a little spliff before you go out to bat." And I'm like, I don't really, I'm not really, I'm about to go bat. He was like, got a bit of rack as well, if that's your party.
Oh, fuck
and I was like, no, man, I've got to go bat. And I was just like, this guy is like 70. And I was like, I want him in charge of everything. See, I'm like it. I'm a British person. That's what happened.
Nothing is more exciting than when Jimmy McGee says one of my old mates from school is coming, because you're about to meet a man named Binky. Absolutely terribly ridiculous that I'm somehow actually alive. Like, I just want to let everyone. Would you like some sandwiches? This is George. I burn his feet. Like, you're just like, what the? Where the fuck did you find this guy? Oh my God, so funny. I was living with Jimmy McGee one year here in Australia, and I popped to my room. I think it was the morning, and I was having a morning jack. And one of his friends misunderstood where the bathroom was and came in while I was having a pull of my pud, thinking he was the bathroom. Came in like, and I was like, hello. And then he like went to the bathroom. I came out after, all tempers had calmed, and he just went, well, you seem like you were enjoying yourself. And I was just like,
I'm just going to get my charger. Was it?
I mean, Elliot, we're going to end because
Elliot, we're going to stop in a second. We can just call it.
Stop in a second.
Sweet. All right.
Yeah, we're at 2:20, buddy. We're good. Thanks for coming on. What's your podcast name again? So
B-Tech Philosophers, new episode out every Thursday.
Can I do it, Elliot, remotely? I want to come do it and talk about philosophy with you and Michael, because I got to tell you, your fucking clips rule. I'll be over in July. Can we do it on Zoom next week?
No. Would want to have you in. Like, if
we'll do it in July. I'll do it in July. Let's do it in July.
We're just starting to get guests and stuff. I tried to get it didn't happen. I tried to get a member of the IRA on it.
Well, that seems like something you two are capable of talking about.
Yeah, wait a minute. Why do you know a member of the IRA?
Some guy messaged me as like a member. He was like showing legit photos as well, and I was like,
"Were you going to wear that shirt?"
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. Oh man, I was going to try and get kneecaps. I was really going to push the boat out on some shit.
Again, I would watch you do it if we had to renegotiate the Good Friday Agreement. I'm sending in Elliot Steel.
Just
for you to lean forward and went, why don't you stop being such a cunt, Nate? Like, it's just like, it's so fucking good. Like,
look, you've got George Best. They get the fucking rest of the country. There you go. You'd rather have George Best. It's a better legacy. It's a better.
Can we start a petition to have Elliot in the next Guy Ritchie movie? Can we just make that happen somehow? I want to see that happen. So it's B Tech Philosophers is the podcast.
Yeah.
Do you know when you're recording your YouTube special?
Not yet. I've still got to speak to some
Chris,
people about getting it filmed.
How I love that you think that is planned. That seems so much like
it seemed like he was planning things.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he had like things.
In my head, I've started saying I'm going to do it on things now, so now I have to do it.
Gotcha.
So I'm thinking upstairs at Top Secret, and then find someone to film it.
One thing I will say,
a few people,
Elliot, if you do not put a backdrop, if I see your special and it has the name of a comedy club behind you, I'm gonna fucking punch you in your nose. It just looks so fucking weird because there's always just one or two letters above someone's head, and I just keep being like, put up a curtain. Why did you do this?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't really give a fuck. I'm not really too bothered about the mise-en-scene of a thing that I've not yet planned.
Yeah, I knew, mate. Chris may have been fooled. I knew you hadn't planned it.
But now he's talking about mise en scène. I mean,
I know
he totally mangled the pronunciation.
Who told you that, and why do you think that it's a small piece of food you eat before your official meal?
Thanks for coming, Elliot. It was great to see
you,
you,
Elliot.
Thank you, man. It was lovely seeing you both, and look forward to when you both come back over.
Yeah, man, for sure. I'm gonna be.
Also, Elliot, at Paul's funeral, did you have a mohawk or was I just very drunk?
I had
feel
a
like
mullet. I had a mullet.
You did have a mullet. Good. Okay, I thought it was very drunk.
He would have loved that.
He would have. Me and Jamali have been doing this bit. Going, he would have loved that, but about some really trivial stuff, like you just go, "You got any chewing gum?" You go, "Yeah," and he goes, "Who would have loved that, man?" And it's just the most trivial.
I'll tell you, Jamali at that entire event was like, at some point, everyone was super fucking bummed out. Like, Alex Hall said something to me. I started crying. That triggered someone else. So, like, 4 people are crying. And Jamali literally walks in the crowd and just goes, sad, isn't it? Fucking robot. Oh my god.
He's so emotionally repressed.
All right, we're gonna head out. Thank you very much for watching. If you're listening, subscribe, join the Patreon, follow B Tech Philosophers Elliot. We're gonna raid George Fox. The raid messages, he would have loved that.
He would have loved that. See you next week, everybody. Download the podcast. Go to Elliot's podcast, everyone.
Do it all. Here's an old lady talking about sex. Bye.
That's all. Penis into her vagina. That's all. That's all. And that's called sexual intercourse.